Last time on Icons Universe Beta, we were reunited with our protagonists after their origin stories and witnessed them all making their way to Washington, D.C. Upon arrival, they were immediately sent into their entrance exams, only to be revealed after that the school had already accepted them. Now, our party meets in the cafeteria to join the rest of their homeroom class, where they have just been greeted by the professional hero and icon Oni. And, with our little recap out of the way, y'all can unmute your mics. It was quite pointless muting them. I just wanted to bring order. You can all unmute.
Really cements the start.
Yep.
True Carnage being the devil of this world, you're the real devil.
Actually, Anthony, you're not in the room, so you can mute yourself.
I knew it.
You're not in the cafeteria.
Nerd!
You're swearing at my Christian game!
Shut up, nerd.
Yeah, let's just mark that all off.
No, just have Tim censor.
Alright.
Tim censor.
Order,
Now then.
please.
Everyone. What happened? Where did we exactly leave off? Oni walked into the cafeteria, correct? She kind of said hi to everyone.
Believe we got introduced to Stelly, and that's where I remember leaving off.
Yes.
That's right.
Miss Wren, you have just walked into the cafeteria. You have addressed these students. Have you officially revealed to them that you are going to be their homeroom teacher?
I do not believe so. I just said follow me.
I will let you announce that when you feel like it.
Okay.
To me, you're just the crazy lady that attacked us.
Yeah.
You're the crazy lady that like froze someone's leg.
To UA, I am. Oh my god! Oh my god!
I can't breathe.
John, can I have a quick refresher of what building we're in?
You absolutely can. Allow me to pull up the map for my own benefit. I know where you are, but I should probably have this on me because it just makes things easier.
I imagine for those watching at home, there will also be the map shown.
Vibrant.
Yes.
Log.
Yes. Now then, you are in the North School building. It's right next to the orientation building where you guys were doing all your stuffings. And you guys are currently sitting in the cafeteria. You're kind of in the middle of it. It's a really, really big area. And you know how, like, when you would go into school, like, they'd push all the cafeteria tables to the side, they'd stack up the chairs, and they'd have, like, a bunch of booths with signs. Typically, like, they do that with clubs or whatever. It's kind of the same, except it just lists your homeroom numbers, and that's kind of what you were supposed to do, just kind of find your homeroom.
Ah, gotcha.
So that's what your whole layout looks like for everyone, except Anthony. You are unconscious somewhere. Don't worry, we'll get to you, my friend. We'll get to you, buddy.
Can we get stuff in chat?
Miss
Yes.
Wren, you have talked to them? What do you want to do?
I basically told them, follow me, and I started just walking away. So it is whatever they decide to do at that point.
All right, kiddos.
Excuse me.
Oh.
I turned back around.
So, I mean, this is probably on everyone's minds, but how did we get accepted already? I mean, I thought the whole process was supposed to, weed out the weak ones and everything, but...
No, your practical
Yeah.
applications actually helped us weed out the weak. The tests that you submitted and the questionnaires and all that determined whether or not you got accepted to the school. This was merely to sort of give your teachers a understanding of where your capabilities lied.
Man, that ain't right.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
It was a little militaristic, I agree, but...
Not my choice,
Not
man.
at all.
Not my choice.
I'm sorry. I just love the idea of Adam just screaming in the background. Hey, yo, that ain't right.
But what if people lied on those tests?
Go on.
Wouldn't that have been a problem?
Again, not my choice, but in the hero world, not everyone's honest. Now, come on, we got stuff to do.
So, it's your choice. Are you going to follow the professional hero, Oni? I don't know why I did that voice. It's fun.
Oh, I dropped my phone.
Oh, God, why'd you do that? Are you guys going to follow the professional hero?
Only if I have to.
Yeah, I'm lost. I don't know where else to go.
You know what? Good point.
Sure. Yep.
Alrighty. Oni,
The real question is, does anybody not?
what's up? You cut out.
The real question is, does anybody just not follow? Because I assume most.
I assume everyone will, but I'd like to give everyone freedom.
the opportunity.
I like to give
Okay.
everyone a sense of freedom before I strip it from them.
A sense of freedom.
Like a dark, evil god.
Ghostly
So-
ignorant.
Everyone begins to follow Oni. Well, my question is, where do you plan to take them?
So, our first stop along our little trip here is going to be to the courtyard.
Alright, allow me to...
Sort of just walking right out. It's directly in front of us, so I walk towards there. Most of you have already been through this area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've described the courtyard in the last game, but a quick refresher, it has a bunch of statues of very famous heroes, some retired, some still active, all in a big circle. It has like a pebble, cobble, path, ground area. You can see a clock tower off to one side, a flagpole off to another with the American flag on top, the Virginian state flag under it, and then the school logo flag right under that. In the center is like a big water fountain. It's nice, it's pretty, and you have a few little oracle study areas in the corners. It's a really nice, very peaceful area, and it's kind of cleared out since school is kind of getting to start back up. Kids are making it to classes, orientation areas, all that good stuff. There's still a few people out here, but not as many as when you guys first came in. And I would like to stress, it is open RP this entire time. You can talk with one another. You can ask questions to Miss Oni. You can do what you'd like.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty good then.
We in a single file line.
That's really up to you guys.
Yeah, I would say you guys are more just in a cluster following.
A pack.
Darren's like,
Richter's casual.
Darren's like, man, is this where people go to pray every day?
What the hell?
Only if they choose to. We don't persecute here.
I was setting the statues. Sorry, that's a bad joke.
I'm gonna lean into Derry and be like, there are religions for that. I hope you know that.
Are you
Look,
serious?
if you want to pray, my statue's over there to
Yeah.
the right, so yeah.
I'm right over here.
I'm just gonna start looking through the statues.
Oh yeah? You know what? Roll me a d20. Let's see what you see.
Just flat T20.
I will join. as
Add your
well.
awareness. Anyone who wants to look at the statues or the surrounding area for
18.
fun details. Oh, thank you. You can roll a d20, add your awareness, and I will ask you all in order. However, Mason already told me, so I know. And you will easily see it. It is nowhere near a hard roll to make.
Yeah, I'd say just let us know if you make higher than the 18 that was rolled.
I made higher than that 18.
I made higher than the 18 as well.
Same.
What the hell?
We have wacky modifiers, it'll happen.
You know what? We're a narrative story. Our mechanics are shoddy.
Ah.
I
I
guess.
go to 22.
Attaboy. Tim, Alex, what'd you get? Yeah. So to kind of just describe a few of the statues, most of them are of the Icons team. You see a statue of one of the oldest heroes that's still currently active, Diablo. You see him in kind of more of his older armor set. He has a scythe in one hand. He has his 4 black raven wings stretched out. You see one of Oscuro, his daughter. Alex, you would know her as Valerie. You do see one of Rising Phoenix. You see one of Grimgore. You see, you just see a bunch of cool heroes. You even see your principal on one of them. Miss Magna, I do believe is her name.
Yep.
She's a new
Question.
character. I'm still getting used to everyone.
Question:
And-
Did we see any
yes.
other top 10?
As of right now, no. Well, actually, you do see the number 2. You see Tim's mother, but I don't believe many of you would know that unless you're really searching the web for this info. A Neo, the number 2 hero. Yeah, it's just a bunch of modern, a couple retired. That's good.
Hey, Yue, you're gonna have to tell me who these people are. I don't really know.
She just kind of looks around, and she just kind of leans over to you, and she's like, I don't really know as many as you think. I just really know. And she just kind of eyeballs over to Oni. She doesn't want to say her name. It's
Hey.
too precious.
You wanna take a picture with her?
Alright, hang on, I gotta roll something.
Hey, she punch
Let's
you.
Let's get my dice out. Alrighty. What's gonna happen, kids? She keeps consciousness. She thinks about maybe assaulting your arm. And she just kind of does like a little weak slap. Like she was originally gonna like bop you, and then all that adrenaline just drained and turned into a.
Everyone's just so tired because you guys have had like no break.
Oh yeah, you guys must be like drained beyond belief.
No, Adam's fine.
I can keep going.
I've had no break for 15 years.
This is true. You poor soldier boy. This is true.
This is my first physical activity of a couple months, so.
I mean,
Yeah,
Darian, you're a gamer. You're a gamer, man.
I find
not
that
made for-
derogatory.
To the core.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use your word. I apologize. Let's see. So that's kind of all the details you guys are really gonna. Darian Yue is blushing a very hard red as she looks over to Oni. So there's your info there.
So, is that a yes?
She just shakes her head. No, just. Stop tormenting this poor girl. How could you? So, if there's anything else you want to do, you can let me know. If not, Miss Oni can take you to the next location and keep showing you around the school.
I'm just gonna walk over to that Grimgore statue and see if anything clicks.
You know what? Roll me. What the hell would I have you roll? You know what? We're gonna have you do 3 rolls. Okay?
Oh man.
Okay.
Roll me an awareness check.
Alright. Goo. 11.
Okay.
Not
Roll
great.
me an intellect check.
Also not great. 13.
Now roll me a willpower.
What the hell? 11.
Okay.
All barely over 10.
You stare at the statue.
Yep.
Not a lot comes to you. But
You're like, oh, I saw this guy earlier.
yeah, you did see him earlier. Not much comes to you, but there is something off about it. You do think it could be just the fact that you saw him and nearly tried to cut you in half, but you're not sure. You did have a quick episode in the Holodome where you dropped.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll let those thoughts be your own. I'll let you take that information how you will. There's something up with it, but you can't even really put your finger on what your feelings could even be. Just to check with everyone else. Belle, is there anything you want to do in this courtyard?
I think I'm gonna get a closer look at Phoenix's statue.
It's very triumphant. It's very carved. It's chiseled very beautifully. You can see a lot of the details in his muscles, the folds in his cape, the symbol itself. It looks like the statue is looking up to the sky, smiling bright as the sun's beaming down on it. It's nice. It's heroic. It's triumphant. Anything else, good sir?
I think I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay. Darren, is there anything else you wanted to do?
I think I'm satisfied.
All right. Adam?
I actually, I look over to Richter. I see him looking at the Grimgore statue, and then a question pops into my mind, which I'm going to ask Oni that question.
Sure, you kind of go over to Oni. Are you whispering it, or are you just kind of...
No, I'm not. I'm not whispering. I'm more just gonna casually, talk. Be like, hey, Grimgore, the big orc man. Did he actually have his actual axe on him?
I don't know. Did he, John?
No, that was not his actual axe. It was kind of it was just more so a training axe that was custom made for him, just to be bigger, so he could grip it properly. Because all the training axes that they had were a bit too small. Cole, you okay?
I love it so much.
That's basically how I'll respond. I'll be like, no. Of course not.
Big toy.
No, he had a large replica. All of us were using replicas if we were using any actual weapons. I know I had a replica of my katana in there as well.
Because I was about to say, like, I heard stories about his battles, and
Oh, he's gruesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not allowed in the field too much.
Because like, if you actually had his axe on him, you got a lot of lawsuits from pretty much a lot of parents then.
Oh, we're expecting some more after this.
Okay, then.
Oh, dear God.
Alright, and I do believe that Darian does have a question as well.
Yeah.
Does he? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, what's up, man?
So, looking at these statues, can I use, like, roll awareness or something to try and decipher, like, which statues had more effort put into them when they were made?
Wow. Yeah, you know what? Roll that d20.
25.
Pessimistic ass. Alright. Damn, alright. I didn't even think of this. This is kind of... you notice that all the statues of the icons actually do look like there was a lot of time and care put into them. Like, you're looking over at Diablo, and you can see every single chisel being made into his feather design. And it looks like it was something carved by the Greeks. Like, they have deified these heroes. He probably looks the best out of them all. Oni looks pretty damn good as well. Rising Phoenix, the #1 freelancing hero. But obviously, Mr. Super, right in the center, the big statue himself. That one, you can only imagine how long it took. It must have taken months, maybe years. But there is so much detail put into it. Some of the other lesser icons, like more of the newer members, some of the more random heroes that don't really kind of mix in with the top 10 or the icons themselves. It does look like there was a little less time put on them, but they all have a good amount of detail to them.
For one of those lesser heroes, I'm wondering if I can see some bird shit that they forgot.
Hey, everyone's got a little.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a little bit of bird shit.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just spend the rest of it in time just taking a look at maybe if there's a plaque or something like that. You just reading up on things. or just just waiting for the class to move on.
Awesome. Richter, is there anything else you wanted to do?
I'll be like, excuse me, Oni, was it? No, attempt to pull Oni to the side for a hot second.
All right.
What can you tell me about the orc here? Gringo.
Everyone seems to be interested in that one. He's a weird one. I don't know too much about him myself. I've never worked with him in the past, like not on any like official business. Obviously I work with him now. But yeah, I can't tell you too much. I'm not too well versed in his history. He's a specimen, that's for damn sure, but
Sure.
oh wait, I'm not supposed to swear in front of children.
It's fine.
Should have went to
Any
my middle
idea,
school.
Any idea where he might have come from, or who he's worked with in the past? Anything?
I don't know if you would have that information, Oni. And even if you did, I don't know if you'd be inclined to reveal it.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to
Like, I guess. Sorry,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't really help you. I mean, if you have a class with him, you can ask him yourself. But
You do
I
know
don't
he
know.
teaches music.
I don't know. I don't know too much about him. So
Alright. Thank you.
best of luck to you, though, and whatever you're looking for there.
Honestly, I don't know either.
I will walk back and I will rejoin the group of students.
All right. I just want to check with our last two players. Alex, is there anything you wanted to do specifically?
I'm just gonna like walk over to my mom's statue.
It's very beautiful. They captured her looks. What's up? Oh, I was just going to say it's her modern costume.
I'm just gonna like put my hands on my face and just shake them.
I feel that.
I'm just gonna
Anything
stand
else?
there until we're ready to go.
Sure. Mr. Roy, last but not least, is there
Yes,
anything you want to
instead
do
of
while you're
looking
hanging
at
out?
the statues, I want to look for vantage points, any points of interest.
Oh, God. All right. You can kind of look around. You see there are 3 dorm buildings on each side of the... They rise up pretty high. There are the north building and the south building rise up pretty high. Like, these buildings go up... There's a lot of vantage points, to put it simply.
Good.
I don't like that you're looking for that. That scares me. Well, with that being said, Miss Oni, would you like to take them to the next location?
Yeah, if none of the NPCs that we have in the group don't say anything, because remember, the group that we're in is about twice the size of the players that we have.
No, I know.
But if nobody says anything...
No, they're just kind of
Then-
looking around as well.
Gotcha. I will take everybody down to the southwest sort of passage right underneath the north dorm buildings and sort of lead them up through Washington Park heading towards the field.
Alrighty.
We will pass by the music hall if I want to. I'll stop and be like, yeah, it's the music hall. I don't go in there often. Through here's the park. We'll take a nice leisurely stroll through there. You guys can enjoy the sights, and then we'll get sort of back to the tour.
I can describe the music hall a little bit as you go by.
Sure.
Making your way around the campus, everyone finds themselves outside of the music hall. It's a very solid building, and it's the roof is made of glass. It's an entire glass roof. The walls are very solid, and it's a very long building as well. You can kind of see inside as you look through windows. There's a bunch of instruments as well that are just scattered about. It looks like there are areas for a chorus. Looks like there's areas for an orchestra and a band. So, Darren, that might pique your interest a bit.
Indeed.
So you are currently letting them walk through Washington Park? Is that right, Miss Oni?
I am leading them through Washington Park up towards where the track and football field is.
So just to kind of give a basic idea of Washington Park, it's really a very simplistic path that just kind of winds and curves throughout this massive, massive wooded area. There are a few hiking trails and bike trails as well to let the kids get a bit more active. Since it's a man-made island, you don't really assume there are any animals out here, except maybe birds that have flown over from like the mainland. That's about it. So it seems like just a relatively peaceful yet empty location. And you guys are just kind of walking through this path. Does anyone want to do anything while you keep going, or are you just go? It's up to you.
I'm going to look out into the view, take a deep breath, close my eyes a little bit, and then just be like, "That's a nice view."
Yeah, it is. There, it's a lot of like fir trees, oak trees, and birch trees. It's very, it's very beautiful. The air is very fresh out here, and you salty ocean air as well. But with that being said, Miss Oni, you are going to end up taking them to the whole sports area. So,
actually, you know what?
Ooh, what's up?
And change my mind real quick. I feel like it'd be more pertinent to hit the holodomes first since they were just there. So I'm going to swoop by and we're going to hit the gymnasium first.
Alrighty. So, as you guys begin to make a hard right, and you're going to go past the gymnasium, it's another large building. Top of the there are a bunch of pyramid-like glass windows that really help bring in a lot of the light. Do you take them inside, or do you just show them the outside? Because the outside of the building isn't terribly interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I'll take them inside real quick and just be like, "Here, take a peek in here. We won't dawdle for too long."
Mm-hmm. You kind of, you all kind of walk inside. You take a look around. It's a very, very massive area. You have bleachers on both sides. You have little basketball courts here and there. You have what looks to be some floor hockey stuff kind of shoved off into the corner. You see some football gear on racks here and there. And it looks like the coaches are still trying to get everything saddled up. You actually do see one of the coaches. And he just kind of looks over to you. He sees Oni. He's like, "Well, hello there, Miss Oni." And he comes walking over. You know this to be Mr. Arnold. And he is the lead gym coach. Out of character, Colin.
Everything's right in the world. Everything is right in the world.
He just walks up to you and is like, "Are these the new kids? The freshmen, I do believe."
Yep. That's this lot.
He's going to walk up to you all. He's going to hold out a hand and be like, "Well, hello there. I'm going to be your gym instructor, Arnold." And he gives you all a shake if you're willing to touch his hand.
No.
Can I roll an
hard
awareness
pass.
check?
Yes, you can.
All right, I want to just try to see if I can see any disturbing things on his hand.
Disturbing thing.
I like that that's how you describe it. That's what you're using to describe it.
Oh boy, this is not good.
Gavin, don't be a failure. Don't you fail me. Don't you fail me.
You have the coronas, don't do it.
He's got the coronas. Oh, God.
Yeah, 13.
You don't notice anything. However, it is glistening beautiful as the light from the window shines down upon it. It's the heavens practically telling you to shake his hand. Go on, Adam. Shake his hand.
I'm gonna reach my hand out.
Shake.
I'm gonna kind of brace for impact.
You clasp his hand. It's perfectly normal. There's nothing odd about it.
All right. Hey guys, it's good. It's good.
Oh, yeah, looks like you're weird. Like, you guys are really cautious.
Oh, thank God.
John, I'll shake his hand.
Oh, thank you, Bell. What a good boy.
I'm just very confused by that statement. Just
It's
continue to
good.
shake his hand.
We're good, guys. So you all give him a hearty shake. He's like, well, I'll let you get back to your tour. I still gotta prepare some things. Have a good one, brothers and sisters. Yes, Hulk Hogan may be your coach. And he continues off. So that's kind of the gymnasium. It's nice. It's big. You got a bunch of supplies. And Oni, you can take them onto the holodomes.
Yep.
So you guys kind of continue on your path, and you see the 3 holodomes. You guys were still taking in all the sights, so it was hard to really grasp the size of everything and what everything really looked like because it was just a new environment. You were all nervous about the quote-unquote entrance exams and all that crazy stuff. But
Dirty handshakes.
dirty handshakes. But as you guys are walking past this, you see what's breaking from the tree line is this massive reinforced steel and glass dome. 3 of them. They kind of form a little bit of an arc, and there were the 3 of them are all the same size. There isn't one that's bigger, and they're just absolutely massive. Oni, do you want to just show them the outside? You can take them inside. It's up to you.
They've been inside already, so I'll just be like, obviously you guys know these areas. This is where you're going to do the majority of your peculiarity training.
You guys all take
you
a
might
look.
you might see similarities you might see situations similar to what we did today, or vastly different things.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of different things?
Just mainly scenarios to help boost your peculiarities.
Mm-hmm.
You guys,
Okay.
you guys must have a big budget.
Actually, Oni, you can explain to them a little bit about how they work. I can give you that information real quick. So with the help of the company, MCTUS, which was in the 70s really a military building company all the way up to the early 2000s until it kind of got changed around a little bit. They have offered a lot of projection technology and a lot of cement piston mechanics makings. So basically, the way the holodome works is the floor is completely retractable. And there are a bunch of mechanical pistons and systems that will basically form concrete molds of, let's say, skyscrapers. They'll shoot them up into the area, and it's just a basic skeleton. And then the projection technology around the dome will add textures to it. Kind of like how a video game or a movie works. You kind of make a very simplistic 3D model, and then you project all the fancy textures onto it. So chances are the cars that Phoenix was standing on, a lot of the street signs you had or whatever was probably some form of concrete, just with a projected texture on it.
That's legit. That's really cool. Darren just shuts up. He's like,
How the fuck
you know
did
what?
I sharpen concrete?
You could sharpen concrete.
There you go. Well, just take a while.
It's,
This
yeah.
is the future. I mean,
Everything you pick up
This
in
is
that
the
building is
future.
surprisingly heavier.
Mm. The future is now thanks to
thanks
science.
to science.
You knew it. You
Thanks
knew
to
it.
the magic of science.
Thank you. So, those are the holodomes. Oni, where would you like to take them next?
So before we continue, I'm just gonna look back at everyone and be like, so yeah, wait. And I'm gonna like quickly look over them and be like,
You pull out like your school class list or whatever.
under my breath, I'm like, God, no. Did we lose one? Did we not have one? And I'm like looking through the class list.
Oh yeah, someone got wheeled out a while ago.
What?
Someone got wheeled out a while ago. Completely unconscious.
The one with
What a
the
bitch.
wings shadow.
Yeah, dark. Yeah.
We're gonna cut
Edgelord.
to
Yeah.
Anthony Howell. Everyone
That
except TJ, you may mute your mics. Anthony, you can unmute yours. Hey, buddy. So, your eyes slowly open up.
Oh god.
It's very foggy. Your hearing is fine. It's a little. What's the best word to describe it? Staticky, I guess. It's in one ear, your hearing is a little staticky. Like you really took a couple blows, and you're finally beginning to wake up, clearing, and you are in what looks like a really pretty and very soft hospital bed. You're kind of propped up on a nice fluffy pillow. You have a blanket. You actually even have a kind of view. It's not on. It's not playing anything, but the remote's next to you. You have a cup of water, and roll me an awareness check, so that way I may describe.
I get to use my dice.
Yes.
Actual dice instead of yelling at my.
Did you get new dice?
No, I'm back home, so I have my dice. I just forgot to bring them to college.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're back home.
Yes, I'm back home. 18.
18. Lovely. So, basically, to give a really good description, you are within what looks to be the nurse's office. Immediately, you're thrown off guard as it doesn't smell the way you would expect one to. Your first inhales are met with the smells of plants and overall nature. You have a sense of calm come over you, like you're not really too worried about where you are. You just kind of relax. It's a weird feeling. You're not used to that. Where you sit, like I said, it just looks like a generic nurse's office. Maybe just with a bit of a higher budget, like you have a much comfier bed than most average schools would. It stands on a white tile flooring. You have light gray walls around you. You see curtained off areas where other students would be. You see a few cabinets full of medicine, a couple freezers full of ice packs, and other things of the ordinary. But as you look over to your left, you see a large glass wall with a glass door. And inside of it, you see what almost looks like a private garden. A large oak tree stands in the center. It's big, it's firm, it's strong. There are a bunch of bushes, plants, flowers. You actually see some birds flying around. And on this tree, you see vines extending, and they have bioluminescent little orangish orbs on them that just kind of glow faintly. They look very beautiful. And then all of a sudden, they start to kind of crawl back into the tree. One of them does. And then you see this plant mass begin to slither down, and it begins to inch forward towards you. And it opens the door somehow with its viney body, and it just kind of plops on top of your bed. You can roll me an intellect check, Anthony.
Well, I'll tell you this. I know I'm not dead, because this sounds like heaven, not hell.
Oh my god.
We all know that's where you're headed.
Yes.
No, you're a good boy. You're my best boy, Anthony.
I thought that
What'd
was
you
Steven.
get, sir? No, true.
13.
You're my second best boy. 13?
Yeah.
How well do you think Anthony knows about other heroes? Like, how well do you think Anthony knows about Marvel? Does he know a decent amount? Does he know a lot or very little? What would you say his knowledge is?
He knows that they are highly respected and have a high bounty on their head.
How many of the icons do you know? Do you think you'd know a lot of the... You know Oni is one of them.
I think I only know Oni. That's the only one.
So you would not recognize this character. However, TJ, if you would like to play Renew for me.
Oh, man.
So, Renew, you were just kind of taking in some light, performing your photosynthesis, and then all of a sudden, you noticed that one of your students from the entrance exams had just woken up. So you kind of slithered up into the tree, crawled down some of the branches, down the trunk, out the door, and you were sitting on his bed.
Yes.
What would you like to say?
So I'm going to project directly into his head. How are you feeling?
Anthony, this plant thing talks to you.
Not necessarily. It more just puts words in your head.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I remember the way Parker described this. It's not direct. It's not a direct conversation inside your head. A telepathic conversation. It's more so. You know for a fact that this thing said something to you, and you know what it is, but you don't remember him saying it. It's the weirdest feeling, but you know he asked you, "How are you feeling?"
Oh, what?
What?
Am I on LSD or something?
Oh, I must explain. I am your school's nurse. I am Renew.
Why is the plant talking?
I have explained this already. I am your school nurse. I am Renew.
Why are you a plant?
I am not from around here.
No shit, Sherlock.
As you kind of say that, you see another person come in. It's a man in I'd say like a purple hoodie, I guess, with like a big red cross sign on his chest. You see a few almost militaristic combat belts with supplies on it and all. He has like big thick boots, strong gloves, and to describe his looks, well trimmed blonde hair, crisp blue eyes, pale white skin. This man comes up to you and he says, "Pardon, my friend. Hi, my name is Paragon. I'm one of the founding members of the Icon." And he holds out a hand to shake.
I shake it.
You shake it. It says, "I can tell you seem a little disturbed by our other nurse." And Paragon just kind of holds out an Renew to let you crawl up on top of him. Do you do so? Or do you just sit on Anthony's bed?
I'm just gonna sit on.
Oh, I'm talking to Renew, good sir.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill on the bed.
I don't think you can slither up. I don't think you have the ability.
Not gonna try that.
So you're kind of sitting on his shoulder. It just says, "We brought you in here after the whole entrance. You got beat really bad, kid. Or, well, I think you did fine with your scores. I'm talking about you physically. Like, your body was damaged. What did you do to yourself exactly? I wasn't there. I was here reorganizing the meds."
All I can remember is that there was a giant green beast with 2 axes, and I wanted to fight him.
Oh yeah, you must be talking about Grimgore. Yeah.
You've made a mistake.
I want to fight him again.
Paragon just looks
That would be
to
another
Renew.
mistake.
Paragon looks to Renew, eyes wide, and just whispers over to him, "I kind of like this one." He looks back over to you, and he's like, "Either way, we gave you a few painkillers because we were looking at some of your bones. You had a few fractures, but with our powers combined, we were able to heal up the process, and you should be good. You should be good, but I
Nothing
suggest
we
resting
can't
for a
handle.
little bit." Exactly. I mean, we've handled worse, but... And, yeah, he just kind of tells you that apparently both of them did, and they gave you a few painkillers. And
Okay.
they're just telling you to rest for right now.
Okay.
They kind of stand up and they say, "Now, I'm going to go and contact your homeroom teacher. Most likely, they are giving your class a tour right now. I'm going to see if they can swing by and maybe grab you."
All right.
And he goes off. He kind of goes into the school computer, looks for your name. You're Anthony Howell, right?
Yep. That's me.
Oh, look at that. You have Oni as your homeroom teacher. Good luck,
Wait, what?
kiddo. He repeats, "Yeah, you got Oni."
Wait, what?
You know what I
He's
said.
still a little shaken.
Paragon looks over to Renew. He's like, maybe you should stick with him a little bit longer. He might have gotten some brain damage. And he just kind of lets you down. Oni,
Yee.
you feel your phone vibrate as you just realize, oh shit, I already lost one.
Oh god.
You feel your phone vibrate.
I immediately answer and be like, yeah?
Caller ID says it's Paragon. He says, yeah, did you leave a kid in the nurse's office?
Not intentionally.
No. You mind picking him up? He seems to be better. His bones are all healed. Gave him painkillers. He should be fine for the day. Just make sure. Don't let him use his peculiarity or his powers. It's going to put too much strain on his muscles. Just keep him calm, keep him healthy, and just take him on the tour.
Alright, yeah, we're at the Holodomes right now. Give us about, like, I don't know, 10 minutes, we'll be over there.
Yeah, sure. All right, bye. And he hangs up. And,
I look
yes.
to the rest of the students, and I'm just like, so it turns out one of your fellow classmates was indeed injured. We're gonna pop by the nurse's office real quick, take a quick detour.
You all can unmute your mics. Anthony, you can keep your...
Makes sense. He was impulsive.
Ooh, Richter! Making comments, I see, about your fellow classmates.
Oh, some shade there, buddy. Okay.
I cannot disagree.
Sorry, the tour is gonna take a few extra minutes longer since we have to loop back down through the courtyard.
I mean, we are visiting the nurse's office, so I mean, I guess we can say this is another tour.
It's
It was
another stop
probably on
along
your
the way.
list. Yeah, it was probably on your list eventually.
Yeah,
So
we're
you're
gonna
just
get-
kind of going to
It's
it
gonna
early.
be one of the last places we went to, but you know, we gotta swoop by. And I'll just take them directly there. We're
Sure.
gonna pass by the science and chemistry wing and the engineering building, but I'll hit those on the way back. As we pass by them, I'll just be
Yep.
like, "We're just gonna pick up your fellow classmate. We'll hit these buildings on the way back."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. And you can cut... Looking at the map, there are a bunch of gray roads, but these are mainly the roads that, like, faculty cars would drive on. Like, these are the big roads. There
Gotcha.
are smaller pathways that I feel like they'd just be too small to draw, that they wouldn't have looked that good. So you could cut through, like, the little wooded area and all that stuff, make it to it quicker. So there are a bunch of paths here and there connecting everyone. So,
All right. So yeah.
Anthony?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, no, I just...
Paragon walks up to you. He hands you a little nurse's note. He just kind of sits down on the side of your bed and he says, now, I don't want you to use your peculiarity today. It's going to cause too much strain on your muscles and you could do a bit more damage. My advice, just relax for today, enjoy the tour. They'll get you set up in your dorm, and that's it. Just make sure you get some good rest today. By tomorrow, you should be able to, work fine. If there are any problems, you come back here. We'll heal you back up, give you a diagnosis, all that good stuff.
Alright.
He gives you a gentle pat on the shoulder. Your arm falls off. It breaks. You're too brittle. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Buddy, stop taking things so seriously, Anthony. And now, the rest of the class shows up. You guys all enter into the nurse's office. Same description I gave Anthony. Very normal, and you see a beautiful garden dome area that has trees, plants, and all that stuff. Everyone, you can roll me an intellect check to see if you recognize the icon Paragon and Renew.
I'll roll with disadvantage.
Yeah. I'll ask everyone in order of Discord.
Yeah, any of you who are well versed in hero life or the general media should be rolling at a disadvantage just because you don't have that knowledge.
It's what am I doing? What am I adding again? It's
Just your intellect check. Or intellect bonus. What did you get, good sir?
I got a 9.
Beautiful. You're kind of looking at them. You don't recognize them too much. They seem maybe familiar. Definitely. Darren?
First roll is 21. Second roll is a 4.
Okay.
Wait. I have an intellect of 3. That was a nat one. So take it as it is.
Oh my god. So, yeah, you just kind of look at them and you're like, what's with the plant thing? And the purple dude.
That's what I said.
I know, right?
Adam, what'd you get?
I got a dirty 20.
All right, you recognize them.
I'm gonna ignore the two. I'm gonna just be like, "Hey, Paragon. Hey, Renew." I'm gonna go up to Anthony and be like, "Hey, you need any help getting up off the bed?"
Oh, look at that.
Shut up, Pipsqueak.
Oh, God.
Aw, look at that!
Whatever.
I ship it.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh
Here
no.
it begins. Yeah, Adam, you just kind of waddle off. You hear one of the other students in the background, the one that introduced himself as Stelly, just be like, "Oh God, that's the scary one. It's the one that got big and powerful." And you just kind of hear some of the other students just muttering in the background, like everyone saw what Anthony did.
I'm just gonna make my way to the back of the group. I'm just gonna be like, well, whatever. If no one cares, no one cares.
I'll mosey over to Adam.
You're gonna mosey over to Adam?
Yeah, when he comes back. Okay, don't worry about it. He's just hard on the outside from the looks of it.
Yeah, I know what that feels like.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the back corner of the group with Kara.
Now, Richter, do you recognize the two characters? What'd you get on your dice roll?
I feel like, based on backstory and everything, he would have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think he would. I just thought I'd give you the roll anyways.
No, I just figured leave it.
Yeah, sure. Alex, what'd you get? Okay, yeah, you definitely recognize them. They are two icons. You notice them from the poster that you bed. Roy, what'd you get?
I don't give a fuck.
I feel that.
Oh.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't recognize them anyway, since you're probably just kind of yeah, since you were in the USSR, you probably don't recognize just about anyone here. Now, with that, Anthony, do you want to get out of bed?
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony, you pop out of bed. You join the class. Oni, do you want to say anything?
No.
New student?
Oh god. Screw it. I just have one question. Yo, Oni, why are all your coworkers mad weird? Like, one of them's a freaking plant. Why didn't you tell me about this before I came here?
It's normal to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're pretty used to it. Now, let's see. Oni, where would you like to take the class?
I will be leading them probably down to the engineering building and then to the science and chemistry wing next.
Alrighty. You're gonna take them to that location. So it's definitely not a far walk at all. You see the two areas, a very big, boring building type areas on the outside. They're mainly just made to keep whatever those students are making on the inside. Not worried about the looks, just keep it away from everyone else. Now, Oni, do you want to take them inside?
No, I'll just pass by these.
All right.
They'll see them eventually if they specialize in those areas, but it's not something everyone will go into, so.
Oh, absolutely. Where would you like to take them next? You're the one leading the tour, good madam.
We will be going and veering, I guess, towards the beach. I'll be like, I planned I hit this one sort of later to last, but one of our students had their little nursing incident. So here we are. Welcome to the boardwalk.
They had their what?
The nurse incident.
Yes. Yes. So, you guys all make it to, this would be the south side of the island, actually.
Yep.
The ground you walk on changes from cement and grass to wood. The group walks along a massive boardwalk with dozens of restaurants and little stores aligning it. Next to this stretch, however, is a large white sandy beach with beautiful crystal blue waves crashing down onto the ocean shore. Darren, do you want to roll a little d20 for me?
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah.
No months.
You can add your awareness.
Alright,
Go ahead.
it's a 13.
13. Okay. You notice Yue is just kind of looking off to the ocean a little bit. As you guys are walking, she's just kind of staring off into the ocean. She hasn't really been paying attention to anything. Like, she has, like, the 1,000-yard stare.
Oh. I guess I'll try and snap her out of it. What's with you, eh?
Yeah, she just kind of, like, blinks for a second. She's like, oh, it's nothing. I'm just looking at the ocean.
Oh,
And she
okay.
just kind of looks back to it.
You wanna stop by here at some point?
Yeah, actually, that'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, alright.
All right. You see some of the other students in the class are kind of looking at stores. Some of them are all like, oh man, this shit's gonna be awesome. We're gonna spend our entire school year here. Just screams one of the classmates. It's
What's Tony's
yeah,
reaction?
man, you know what's up. Like, everyone's just kind of like, they're enthralled by the idea of, yo, my dudes. We're hanging out here. So, yeah.
I'm
Nope.
just kind of sulking to myself after the Anthony incident. I'm like,
I'm also looking out to the ocean, seeing
Yeah.
if anything seems interesting or specific.
It's an ocean.
It's just an ocean.
ocean.
There's reasons.
Actually, yeah, you know what? Well, we'll do the same thing for you, Richter, because I love that you are remembering, because there are so many. Yeah, you know what? Roll me an awareness check first off, good sir.
God damn it.
I hate you. I know. Crazy.
10 for awareness.
10. Intellect.
Switching dice. It got worse. Natural one.
Willpower at disadvantage.
Disadvantage and goo. It's not looking great. 11.
You look. You stare. Your
Both
hair
those
begins to
dice
blow in
suck.
the wind.
I'm
You
mad.
see. The seagulls are cawing, the ocean is crashing, the sun, it's beautiful as it glistens upon the crashing waves. You see, and some kid like walks by and just burps in front of you.
It's Stelly Cosmo in a bikini. Just
No.
Oh my god, it's a large
He's
project,
playing a
baby!
volleyball match.
Oh no!
I came
Hunt
prepared
that
for
ball.
this.
Oh boy,
Oh no!
I don't know if I'm really gonna have a beach bod this year.
He's playing around with his chunk.
Oh
Keep
dear.
dreaming.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's so good.
Does anybody else want to do anything? By all means, let me know if you. Like, if your character does
what are the
something, or
shops?
whatever.
What other NPCs are there besides Stelly?
Allow me. to pull
That is
them
a
up.
wonderful question.
There are a lot of them, so it's difficult to balance them all, but I will gladly describe to you all the NPCs. There is a girl kind of in the back. She has thick-rimmed glasses. She has long blonde hair that's tied up in a ponytail, and she's rather frail. You do see Steli Cosma. He is continuing to look at his body, and he's trying to suck it in. And for a minute, it almost looks like he has like some muscle. Like,
Oh my god, I did it! I did. Oh,
it pops back.
This poor
You
man.
see, boy. You see this tsundere-esque girl,
Rather tall.
rather tall. TJ, do you want to describe her?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
So you see a taller girl with sort of orangish or fiery red hair, and she's just sort of standing around with her arms crossed. Right next to her seems to be what you would assume to be one of her friends, a more bubbly, happy girl with blonde hair and what seems to be a feathered tail.
You also see two little horns on her head.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say something else. Not gonna lie.
What? What?
Simmer down, big shot. Simmer
You
down.
simmer, Bella. You see also what looks to be a Latin man. He's of an average height. He has dark brown hair that's kind of shooting off to one side. He has rich dark brown eyes. He looks rather buff for his age. And he's just kind of crossing his arms. He's looking around. He seems very enthralled by the beach. And he's all like, oh, man, you see that out there, dude? He's just like enthralled by everything that's around him.
Not talking to anyone in particular either. Just
Oh yeah,
himself.
no, he's just talking to himself. Like he's kind of addressing everyone, hoping someone's gonna join in the conversation, but it's really just him.
You know what? I'll
Yeah.
join into the conversation.
Oh, you're gonna join in?
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like, hey, you seem to be kind of alone over here, my dude.
Hey, what gives you that impression, man?
You know,
He's got confidence.
because I would be doing the same thing, and I'm alone, so.
Oh, it sucks to be you, man. He gives it like a pat on the back.
Adam's comedy relief changed my mind.
Oh, no. Adam, I'll
No.
give you 1,000 arts. Not just be our comic relief. You are not our Jar Jar Binks. I will save you.
Oh god.
2020, and we still promote cyberbullying. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I guess you are right.
He
Yeah.
holds out a hand to you. He's like, I'm Rakito.
Oh, Keto, Adam, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going fine. I'm just taking in everything.
So what brings you here at the school?
I love how socially awkward you are. I love it so
Dude,
much.
it's so
Hey,
genuine too.
you come here often?
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Wig blood. Sorry, I throw up when I meet new people.
Swipe left, swipe left.
So, you guys kind of keep talking. He kind of gives you his whole little story. I can give you details later. Just a quick description of the rest of the class. You see another girl. She has kind of stood out to all of you because half her body looks like it's on fire, but like a black fire.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Classics.
A black fire with like a yellow eye and like a yellow, and it cuts like right down the middle. If there's anything else you'd like to add, TJ, because you should know who I'm talking about.
If she wasn't like 5 feet on the dot, she would be intimidating.
She's a little petite, just a little bit.
And she seems small and happy and bubbly, except for the fact that the half of her looks like a shadow demon of sorts.
It's slightly unnerving.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's hard to look at.
Obviously, UA, Kara, Varessa, they're all with their respective NPCs. Varessa's right next to Roy, UA's next to Darian, Kara's with Richter. You see another girl with a type of greenish black hair. She's just kind of looking around. She's got her hands behind her back, and she's taking in the sights as well. You see this really tall, imposing man. TJ, would you like to describe Mr. Owens?
Yes. You see one of your fellow students who you don't remember seeing much of during the entrance ceremony is just sort of chilling towards the back. His hair is like very, very long and messy brown hair. He's got very sharp facial features. He's just sort of chilling in the back, not really saying much.
All right.
Yeah.
And to describe your last other classmates that aren't players, you see another young woman. She has bright blue hair. She's kind of looking around as well. You see another student who you also had your eyes on as well. Because, hey, Gavin.
Yeah?
I forget the specific measurements, but how tall is Carmen?
7 feet fucking tall.
Yeah, you see 7 foot tall woman. She's been walking. She seems very nice, very. She's been very quiet, but yeah, there is a 7 foot tall woman behind you all.
Just someone turns their head, just starts looking at her. It's like, how do we not notice this?
I need an adult. She is one.
I couldn't help but to notice your stature.
Do you say this to her? Do you say this?
You know what? What the fuck? How about it?
I couldn't help but notice you're fucking huge.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, come on, dude.
Even I don't know how to say that.
She just kind of looks to you. She just kind of lowers her head and looks away.
Shocked to call it Darian.
Back away.
You see,
I just noticed it happens.
You see the guy that was talking with Adam immediately goes a large woman. He's just kind of like, no, don't listen to him, man. That's a man now.
Darian's immediately established as the bully of the school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
follow,
he's the ass head of the
I'm
school.
gonna follow Rikito and be like, yeah, man, what's going on? Like,
Wait a second. Wait a second, I didn't mean to be demeaning.
I ship it.
Oh. And last, but certainly not least, you see a man who's leading the pack. He struts with confidence. He flicks up his black, thick glasses. He looks. His tie is blowing in the wind. Do you know who I am?
Yeah!
Do you know who I am?
I know.
Steven!
Is
that you?
Baby, I know you.
He looks to you, Darian. He lowers his glasses and says, my young acolyte. He lifts his glasses back up. He walks over to you and says, it's been far too long.
Indeed, man! How's it been?
No touch, no touch.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, that's sorry.
A distant handshake at best. Yes.
Alright, this all
Airshake?
pans out.
Oh, I so wish I could use some of my power right now.
Don't do it, you'll break yourself.
I know.
Careful, we don't know if you got more edgy or not.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
That was a joke, yes.
God. So, yeah, that's kind of all the classmates. Darian, you and Steven kind of, you're catching up. It's been a while. It's been a while since your game.
I love everything.
Thank you.
We've made the perfect campaign.
I can only describe Mr. Smith as in that way. It has to be dramatic every time. He is
Do you know who I am?
He is worth an audience worth of it. He's an audience worth of
Goddamn
it.
right I do.
goddamn right. With that being said, that's a good description of your class without knowing names. I'm sorry I didn't do that. I'm kind of trying to juggle everything.
John, but if the whole stature thing did happen, I would definitely say I'm sorry.
Oh,
Don't apologize
wait,
to
what
her.
was that you?
No.
No.
I'm just confused about the statue.
Statue.
Stature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the stature thing did happen, then I would say I'm sorry.
That's up to you. Did you say that?
No. I just
Okay.
wanted to see what happened.
Okay. You would have been the asshat of the class.
Yeah.
Immediate asset.
Immediate asset.
That's not exactly why he's here.
So after everyone is like looking around at each other for the first time, Oni would do something.
Oh, one moment, TJ, you can continue.
Yep. So looking around and looking around at all of the various booths and shops where you can see various eateries and things like that, Oni is going to look around and then sort of just like pull out her wallet and be like, you know what, we can take a break. I don't think you guys have had anything to eat yet. The cafeteria wasn't really running at the moment. We can go around, and if you guys want something, don't kill my budget, please. But if you want something, I can buy it for you.
I'll take 10 large slop buckets.
good way.
Oh
to
dear God, are we back to the
10 God slops!
Alright, is this the same guy? Is this the same
Yes.
Yes.
guy? Yes!
Absolutely.
Perfect guy.
John, just so you're caught up, Oni offered to buy like lunch for everyone
Oh,
at the
what a
various eateries
sweetheart.
to sort of introduce them. She looks down and she's like, don't get me wrong, this is your one act of kindness you get from me.
I will write
Wait,
that
I
out.
can't?
Write that out.
Can I save that act of kindness? Cash it in for like a prize later.
Is it
What
like
if
a
mine
fate
was-
point? Is that what this is? Like
Oh my
What if
God!
mine was
fate
already
points.
one-time use act of kindness? Is that? Got to
Fantastic.
save it for another day. Like,
So do you all get a
Yeah.
nice bucket of slop? Is that what you're doing?
What are the healthier options?
are we going to the slop stop?
I'm going to the slop stop.
I am
don't know.
fully ready.
My body.
I'm just gonna go
What are
wherever
the
Keto
options,
goes.
John?
There are many wonderful options, allow me to describe.
Well,
First off, we have Beefland Burgers, a nice fast food chain that's similar to Burger King, except somehow even worse. And now, we have the beautiful Lesser Eggs Buffet. It was built on this island out of pity.
Oni
we have the
looks
Slop
at it and she's like, don't get it wrong, that one's better.
We have the Slop Stop. We have the Greater Eggs Buffet. Oni just stares at it evilly. We have the Mixed Bag. We have, let's see, Uncle John's Thick Meats. We have Colin's Coffee Cup. We have One-Eye Jack's One Door Saloon.
That
And
one's way to the far north.
yes, and we do have one more called Grim Pork. And you see, all the way down is the teacher Grimgore.
I take pride in my craft.
He has a bonfire next to him. He's roasting a pig. He hasn't like de-gutted it or anything.
Like a full ass fucking
Yeah, like a full-ass pig, skewered and just rotating over the fire. And you just hear him go, "Come on, come on, and got some good ham for you."
Yep, checks out.
that one doesn't cost any money to go to, but you might be hitting the nurse's office.
I promise it won't give you worms this time.
Don't trust him.
Are there incidents in the past?
The school says I'm not supposed to talk about it.
The school says these events have never happened, and anyone who talks about it gets the happy stamp. What's that? Red dot goes over your heads. You see a sniper in the distance.
Don't fucking say it.
Let Grimgor have his
Grimgor just like super grim stares at Oni.
No, it's Grimgor's the one with the sniper.
Piggy!
So I will walk around with you to whatever shops you decide to go to, but afterwards I'm hitting up the Lesser Eggs Buffet. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one keeping them in business.
Aww.
I believe that.
So, this is a little bit of a free moment for you guys. You have places to the gift shops here as well. You can go where you want. You can check out what you want. What do you all want to do?
Stop.
I will ask in order. We got those two. We got Bell and Howell headed to the slop stop. Darian,
I'm good.
Marcus, where are you headed?
I guess. Alright, I'll go ask you. I don't really have a problem.
She just kind of says, well, considering I almost threw up at the slop stop, how about we go to the Lesser Eggs Buffet? She begins to mumble as she sees Oni beginning to make her way.
Yeah, sure.
Oni has handed you all a crisp, like, $10 bill.
Oh, baby.
To purchase
It
your food.
smells crisp.
I'm
That's
actually
like
gonna
a
be like,
million.
Oni, you don't need to give me this. I'll be fine.
And no, please.
No,
One act of
really.
kindness. One act.
I
Oni leads in close, and she says, you get one act of kindness.
Your act of kindness is worth $10.
I'm gonna lean in close and be like, yeah, I'm gonna use that later.
I'm gonna cash it in.
You won't get the chance.
Fire begins to spread around them.
What's the tax return policy?
So whether you take the $10 or not, where would you like to go, Mr. Adam Price?
I'm going to ask Keito and Carmen. I didn't even catch Carmen's name the first time, but I'm gonna ask them both and be like, so, where do you two want to go? I'll pay.
He looks to you, he's like, wherever you want to, man. You're the one paying.
Oh, wow, the rich boy.
Mr. Moneybags.
Mr. Money.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that's what you all slur at me when it's behind me.
Peculiarity, money.
I honestly have no clue where to go. It's your
bribery.
It's your two. It's your.
All right,
your
let's
two
head to the
choices.
Greater Eggs Buffet.
All right. Yeah.
You both part. Oni looks to you. You look to Oni.
Oni shoots
Rivalry.
daggers.
You've lost all acts of kindness in your inventory.
You have negative acts of kindness.
So, Richter, where are you and Kara headed?
Well, I plan to eat at the slop stop, but I want to stop by Grimpork.
Okay. You guys walk over to Grimpork, and you still hear him calling out, "Come on, come on! Oh, yes, kids. What can I get you today? We got sausage, bacon, ham, and pig leg."
I believe you. But, I wanted to ask you something first. That exam, what is it called? Is it some sort of dome?
The holodome.
That, I don't know if you noticed, you were a little angry, but I took a tumble for a second when I noticed you. I wanted to see if you noticed anything weird.
Oh, no. Honestly, I'll hand it with my. I apologize if I was a little rough. My therapists say I have something called anger issues, whatever that means. I don't really know how to control my strength. He says that as he grabs a pig leg and just it off. It is me for here to go.
I don't
You
like
see,
to,
he's not a bright man.
I don't think of it as anger issues. I think of it as a strong heart.
He just
But
he just stands up, strains his back, and just says, "Thank you."
of course.
What were you
I
gonna say?
just it's in the future. I don't know why, but I'll have to check with the nurse just to be sure. But I saw you, and it got very strange.
How so?
Well, I saw you and immediately had a pounding headache, and I collapsed for a second.
Usually most of my adversaries say that, but it's after I'll slam them in the skull.
Yeah, it's not fear, though. That's the problem. It wasn't fear.
Oh, I hope you get everything worked out. And he just kind of pats you on the head.
Of course. Thank you.
Oh, welcome. He looks back up. He's like, "Come on! Pig meat fresh from the bonfire." And are you going to head into the slop stop now?
Actually, do I want to stop? There's so many food options! Son of a bitch!
Kara's going to look at you. She just kind of says, "I've just kind of been living off of whatever the swamp can provide. I didn't know there were other foods like this."
Well, clearly I didn't know either. Let's stick with Oni for now. She knows the place more.
To the lesser eggs buffet you go.
Yep.
Let's see. Who
Lesser
else
Eggs
do
is
we
getting a
have?
lot of traction today.
Exactly, you're bringing them in.
A lot of traffic.
Miss Albright. Miss Albright, where would you like to go?
Just gonna like start thinking to myself, okay, so if I go here, talk to someone else, and then go there, then I can talk to Mason. But if I go over there, I start like I take out like a notebook and start like
You pull out like
plotting
an
out a map.
infograph and you start making. Okay.
Plotting out a
Just had a
John,
poster board in the
I
back
turn
pocket.
back around and grab Alex.
Belle, you come back, you see Alex muttering, and you just kind of grab her by the back of the shirt and just.
It's like, come on, we're going to slop stop.
But I hate
I
sloth.
hate
Well, you won't make up your mind, so you're going.
They have
On the way
potato chips.
back.
They all have potato chips in there. It's like a side. You know, like how you walk into those stores and they have like that little vending machine with chips. Yeah.
I'll ask if they can add them in.
Oh, they can add them in. they'll add it in. Mr. Roy, you've been very silent. What are you and Varessa doing? Where would you like to go?
Just gonna stare at the bill and be like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, you don't know what American currency is. You don't know what American currency is. So Varessa's gonna look. Shit, she's not American either.
I'm gonna go over to Adam. I'm gonna say, American boy, what the fuck is this?
That's the sign for the dollar bill. Hey, if you want anything, I can pay for it, man. If you're
Kind of
hungry.
you. But what do you
Yeah.
expect in return?
Nothing. Just you to be happy.
That's not usually something people care about.
Oh,
It's not something that, I would care about. I mean, I was trying to make everyone happy.
I love this. I love this. Adam is shooting up to be one of my favorites now. I'm not your mama. I got favorites. Now, Roy,
Either way,
do you take
I'll
this
accept
quote-unquote
your
kind
offer.
man's offer?
Yes, I'll accept your offer.
Are you hesitant?
No, maybe
Okay.
a little.
Varessa will walk with you. She just kind of says, he seems nice enough. A little awkward, but nice.
So,
And you
let
guys
me
have
ask you a quick question, Adam.
Yeah. What?
What did you think about that entrance exam?
Well, I thought it was gonna be harder, and I'm quite surprised.
I was also surprised. I couldn't help but notice you didn't use a peculiarity.
Oh, yeah. It's
Go on. I'm going to promote this bullying.
It was kind of. I just thought it was a last resort thing, so I you know.
Oh my God, you're not gonna tell him. Go on.
That's a decision.
I didn't, I decided not to.
I love
thinking
this
like
so
that.
much.
It'll get you killed.
It might.
This is so good.
I love it.
He's huge.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
So,
I'm just gonna shift from person to person and see if there's
What are
anything
you
else.
eating?
Whatever Keto wants. Keto's the Latin guy over there with his Latin. Keto, who is that?
Oh, this is my cousin.
Oh,
Her name's Carmen.
yeah.
She just kind of gives a very awkward wave. She's like trying to hide herself, but she's 7 feet. There's not really anywhere to hide. She's just kind of like trying to hide herself behind her arm. Like she gives a little wave. You can tell she's ripped though. Like this lady's ripped. Like She-Hulk ripped.
I'm gonna wave back.
Depending on which comic.
Muscular woman.
I'm gonna wave back.
What-
I'll be
what
like,
are you gonna
yeah,
do,
and
Adam?
wave back to Carmen, and I'll just be like, oh yeah. I think we're going to Greater Eggs.
Yes, I believe that's where you went. Because
I've
only
never been there
scared
before
daggers.
myself, but you know what? Might as well try it.
Well, you three seem like good company, so I'd be more than happy to tag along.
Yeah.
Oh, my little heart. Now, you guys kind of go in, you make your orders, and you all kind of socialize. Let's see. Bill, who did you go with exactly?
I dragged Alex to the slop stop, but Anthony was also going there.
Yes, I thought Anthony was there. So, do you guys want to place an order at the...
I've been doing stretches. I did like 20 jumping jacks when it was brought up.
Inside, you see the guy at the counter stretching. We're not even. Oh
my God!
Gotta get ready for business with it. Hey, Tony! You got the slops ready!
Oh, God.
This is beautiful.
Have you ever, wait, Alex, have you never been here before? That's kind of what they do.
So you probably went deaf when you heard him.
Yeah, probably.
So you probably went deaf when you heard him.
That's fair, it happens.
I knew a guy who lost his hearing. Started bleeding out his eye.
I knew a guy that lost his ear, ended up in the next person's slop.
Wait, can't you just order that?
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the slop stop. How are you all doing today? How can I help you?
Take one medium slop bucket.
One medium slop! Anything extra you want with that medium slop today, sir?
Can I get a large Pepsi?
Get a large Pepsi with the medium slop! Tony! What's my slop?
Every episode.
He's just gonna show up every episode.
In the middle of a battle.
I got your Pepsi and your slop on the way. Is there anything else for you today, sir?
Nah, that'll be all.
Alright. Are you all together? Is that what I'm getting from this?
Definitely not.
Nah.
Definitely not.
Alright,
Go on. I'm just having a mental breakdown.
We'll give the dollar amount slot because I do not know prices for my own store.
Don't you worry. It's okay. A
want a
$10 bill
spin-off
will
game.
cover it.
Most cash register noises.
All time looks like you don't have to put in any. Cole's got it for. Oh.
Next.
All right, Alex, you want me to start it for both of us, or what do you want? Hey man, can I just get her like a bag of chips? She just wants the chips.
Just a bag of chips.
All right, and
I also get some milk.
Oh my god.
you want 2 bags
No,
of chips?
Can I get some milk?
No bags of chips.
Half a bag of chips. Is that what you're looking for?
I love that. That's the thing they would sell.
Just get her a bag of air.
Fucking high school kid.
So like a 5/8 of a bag of chips? Is that what you want? Like a 3/8 type deal?
You know what? We just passed the test. Give her 5/8.
I can do that. It's gonna be a little longer. It's a specialty order.
All right.
Here it comes.
I'll take a large slop.
Large slop. All right, let me just put one large slop. Tony, get the large.
What the hell is allowed
Anything
here?
else for you two?
I'll just take a water, and Alex, you want something to drink?
I also get some milk.
Really? You gotta stay
No,
hydrated.
can
Come on.
I get some milk? Mason, just give me the goddamn milk.
Goddamn milk.
We don't quite have milk, but I can get you close to milk. It will be questionable.
I'll just take 2 waters.
The water's two waters.
Why is that the most disturbing thing to come out of this?
Give you close to milk. It will be questionable.
It is a white viscous liquid. Will that do?
Don't worry, it was gonna get better if they said yeah, sure. Get out a little that says I do not condone it. Alright, and then that'll be all for you today.
Yep.
Alright, punch in the numbers, be sure to have enough.
Oh my god.
Alright, there we go. Thank you. It'll be out in a jiffy. Hey, Tony! Where's my slops?
And
Holy
I'm gonna
moly.
leave $5 in the tip jar.
Oh,
Very
what a
generous.
good
Very generous. We aim to please here at the Slop Stop.
Oh, you're pleasing, alright?
And then for the 5/8 of a bag, you see him crouch behind a counter, open a bag of chips, and start eating them. Eyeball very intense. Until it looks like 5/8, and then just staples the top back on.
Feels like home.
The stapler doesn't work the first time. He has a couple tries, like, oh, come on.
Staples. My extra staples.
It's a rarity these days, you know, straight from the Koreas.
Sorry, where my staples.
I'm gonna get the hiccups. I'm sucking it. Okay, so this all happens. So, Oni, you can hear this all the way from over on the other
I
side
think
of the.
everyone on campus
Yeah.
can hear me.
We cut to Rising Phoenix and like a half, and he's like, "Oh, what was that?"
My face like, I kind of want some slop now.
we cut to the villains. Like, did you hear that? Yeah. It sounded
Looks
like
like
someone was
someone's
ordering
ordering
a
slop.
Wanna get some slop? Let's get some slop.
Cut to Theos, just
Theo's just like, oh, I could really go for one. Karnas, how about you?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They can hear it in the darkest time.
Theos pats self on
You can hear
shoulder.
it.
I think this was one of my better creations.
the rift. You hear it? It's just like, what?
The multiverse. Okay, so, Is there anything else anyone would like to roleplay in all this? Completely open. What you want to do, Darian? Roy, Bell, Anthony's left ass cheek. I mean, what do you want to roleplay?
More slop. More slop.
I guess what's happening at the Lesser?
Wait, hang on, Bell. Do you have a question?
I was gonna say, could this be at the fucking point of we have our food and we're sitting down eating?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, because I'm assuming Anthony's gonna sit at a different table from me and Alex. I was gonna say, hey, so looks like you got banged up pretty bad, huh?
Anthony.
I'm also eating food in real life.
Hey, it's fitting.
You are.
Hey, I had to do what was necessary.
It's fitting for the role. So, Anthony, you see this kid with across from this girl. They both have, or no, he has a. You have 5/8 of a bag of chips, and they both have water. And the guy looks over to you, and he, what did you say to him?
So looks like you got banged up pretty bad, huh?
Nah, don't worry.
Or just gonna kind of keep your head down in your.
Eh.
All right.
Chatty, huh?
Yeah, it just looks like he's kind of keeping it down. He doesn't really look like the people type of guy. Are you gonna keep trying to talk with him, or are you just gonna let him be? It's up to you.
I'll let him be for now.
Okay. Pardon me. Darren, you were talking to me. What were you talking about, good sir?
I guess what's happening at the Lesser X?
Well, let's see. Stop game, Jesus, alright.
Oh yeah, and it's Stephen Smith with us.
4 people are dead.
Yes, Stephen
dead
is
for
with
Lesser
you.
Eggs.
Cole, you may play Stephen.
Yeah.
Yes, the god is retarded.
Yep. You may return to your original character. Oni, you kind of taking the kids into the Lesser Eggs buffet?
Yep. I'm going to, as we walk in, I'm going to turn to everyone that is there. Just get a quick head count and just be like, I'll remember this. And then I'm going to turn around and walk back in.
My god. You made an enemy. So,
remember this.
You guys all walk in. You see a long buffet tray area with dozens of different eggs with some stuff in it, some stuff without it, and it's very good. You see a very depressed cook just kind of standing there like, oh my god, people! Hey, guys, wash the stains out of your clothing, quick! Hi. Welcome to the Lesser Eggs buffet. How may I be of service?
Oh, yep. I'm just here to get admission for all these fine folk here. It's nice to have some company with me coming in here. It's been a long time.
You see, he lifts up his arm and he's like, okay, all right, I'm good. This is real. Not having a heart attack. Wow, we actually have more than one person. Get the eggs ready. And he says, help yourself. There's no one in here. You have the entire place to yourself.
Yep.
Stephen Smith would
I'm just going to stay to the back.
Okay.
Stephen Smith would find a spot to sit, break out a little cleaning kit, clean out his space real quick.
You lift it up and you hear a as it opens up. You see like smoke coming out like it was pressurized.
Take a quick whiff, be sure it just smells like disinfectant.
Like alcohol. Like alcohol wipes. And you sanitize the table. It is so clean you can see.
Perfect.
Darian, do you sit down with Mr. Smith?
Yeah, sure. I make sure not to intrude on his space. And I knowing him, I have an understanding of the sort of radius of his personal space that he likes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
UA sits down next to you. Oni, where are you going to sit with the kids?
Nope, I'm going to sit off to the side and I'm going to let them do their own thing.
Okay. Do you guys want to socialize? Do you want to talk? Do you want to try and pull
Yeah.
something?
Steven, man. Ben, I never really got your name of your actual school.
It's not important.
Okay. In case you were going to answer him, I was just going to say it's a school in Oregon.
I got an idea of what he'd be saying.
It's not important. It was a school of buffoons, anyways.
Yeah.
Darian gets the feeling. Is that all? Because right now, Yue's just kind of keeping her head down, eating her eggs, glancing over at Oni every now and again, and if Oni ever makes eye contact, kind of chokes for a second, like...
That happens. Maybe once or twice.
Happens a good 5 times. You guys continue.
So, I'm just gonna bring up the question. I know I'm not the kind of person to ask this, but, I mean, considering we are in the hero school, what are you guys' favorite heroes?
Oni just, or Yue just looks at you, is just like...
Oni listens. Discreetly.
Perks up an ear.
Yep.
Yue mumbles, Oni. Very quietly.
Oh,
Oni.
Oni
Roll
nods.
awareness to see if you get it.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Let's see if you can hear it.
Let's see. 23?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like Superman's freaking hearing.
I nod to myself. I'm just like,
Yeah.
as it should be.
And everything was right in the world. Does Steven have a favorite hero?
I feel like you might actually, now that I actually know more about heroes.
So,
My personal favorite would most likely having the knowledge and resources to pull off anything is just too crucial.
oh, you cut out. Wait, who's the hero?
Stephen would answer with Noctis.
Oni, roll awareness, see if you hear that. And Darian, you may process who your favorite is.
That is a 20.
You hear it.
Yeah, I guess
nod and I'm like, a little better.
Better.
yeah,
Better than
I'll
most
just
options.
yeah. So I'll just be like, good, because I mean, I'm not too knowledgeable about heroes for everything, so I'm kind of just, I guess, gouging everyone's opinions, seeing why they like these heroes, and I don't know. I don't really have a favorite yet. I just really, I don't know. I'm interested to see why people like certain heroes and that kind of stuff.
I'm just gonna say you hear this, Oni.
Yep.
You've been hearing pretty well. You hear this.
I'm within earshot. I've been listening in.
Yeah. So that's kind of Darian's whole spin on the matter. And with that, I think we're going to move things along.
Greater eggs?
Greater eggs?
Greater eggs?
You know what? Sure. I'll give you a little bit of time with the greater eggs.
Alright, so... Alright, I'm gonna go take my lovely crew, go up to order.
It's like, oh god, yeah, hey, what's... a little busy. What do you want?
What do you guys want? What do you guys want? Is there a...
It's a whole thing here. You can order a specific thing, or you can pick from the trays. Your choice.
I'm just gonna be like, is there a party meal? Like, for a big group?
We got the Happy Eggs platter.
Happy eggs.
Uh-huh.
What a name.
Is that it?
Or we have your little eggshell.
The sad eggs platter.
It's such an intense rivalry. You see a bunch of stuff.
I guess I'll grab a Happy Eggs platter.
You get a Happy Eggs platter. It's very beautiful. You pay them the money. You guys sit down at an available table. You see, this place is significantly bustling more than lesser eggs, because there are actual other people in here. You notice most of them seem to be upperclassmen. Some just from all the years. They're all talking in their little. They're all hanging out. You see, they're in the school uniforms, which you guys have yet to receive. You will probably get that very soon.
I'm gonna look at the school uniform and be like, that's kind of tacky.
Oh damn. Okay. TJ took offense. And
another one on the list.
Acts of negligence.
So do you guys sit down and you enjoy your happy?
Actually, before we sit down, I'm gonna kind of like look around to see if anyone else is like alone and sitting down.
No, everyone really has a group.
All right. Besides Anthony.
Oh, Anthony's not in here.
So,
He's in the slop stop.
I thought there was like an outside area that you could sit in.
No, you're at the Greater Eggs place. They're at the slop stop. There is a little bit of an outdoor patio area if you wanted to go sit.
Yeah, I'd like to go out there. That seems to be a nice place to sit.
You go, you sit down, you have the wind in your hair, it's a bright smile, cooling your pants, other magical description words, and you're sitting down and you're eating.
All right.
Do you want to ask anyone questions? Roy, you're with them as well.
So I'm just gonna be like, so where are you all from?
Russia.
Oh.
It all kind of makes sense. A few things are piecing together now.
I'm just gonna be like, all right.
Varessa states that she was born in the U.S., but she has lived in England most of her.
Oh, that's cool. Just gonna look over to the to Rikito and Carmen and be like,
Yep.
You too?
Rikito just speaks for her because she's just kind of she is definitely a little shy of you. And he just kind of says, "We're from Mexico."
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And
well,
he just kind of leans forward and he wants to ask you, so why exactly are you here?
Well,
What brought you to this place?
I just was like, put down all my life, and I was just like, I don't want to see others be put down, so I want to come through here. And I also made a promise to someone that I have to keep.
I know that feeling, man. He says as he takes a massive clump of eggs in it. I want to be really shitty, but if you just make it bend to your whim,
Don't.
it's all gonna work out.
Don't ever roleplay people eating food again. Don't ever.
I think it's pretty good.
Not in my slop stop, alright?
You eat slop, don't speak slop.
Slop, don't speak slop. Yeah, but
Slop it, don't drop it, alright?
Adam, do you want to ask anyone anything else?
I guess I'll ask Carmen and be like, why are you so shy?
And she just goes red, and she almost goes. And Rikito just says she's not used to friendly people, to say the least. Back in Mexico, she kind of got bullied a lot for her size. It's her peculiarity. It makes her naturally big, but obviously she can do a lot more than that. She was the tall girl in the school, so everyone bullied her about it.
Well, in all honesty, you don't look anything like the odd one out of here. I mean, you see that fire girl over there? Like, look at that. That's crazy.
She walks by, flips you off.
Hey, I'm just making a point. And I mean the tail one. Like, look at that.
Flips you off.
Oh, okay.
You keep pointing out every.
Is this whole campaign just people flipping Gavin off? Because
Yes.
I'm A-okay with that.
So Adam's the asshole.
Oh god, everyone's becoming the asshole.
It's like you see, you are probably the least odd one out here.
Roll me, because we have charisma as a stat now. Thank God.
Oh shit!
It was
my dice
tough.
go.
Yeah. Roll me a charisma check. TJ knows. God.
There it is.
The times before charisma. Why did we never have that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Why didn't we ever put that in? Ugh. Whatever.
That's a pretty dirty 19.
That shit's fine. Your words get to her, and you actually get her to kind of lower her legs, and she's still kind of like hunched over, looking down, but she kind of looks to you, and she gives a bit of a warm smile.
Just I'm gonna be like, give her a thumbs up and with like a big old smile, be like,
Yeah. Roy, are you chowing down on your eggs?
Sure.
I don't know. Would Roy think that these eggs were better than the Soviet food they provided in the military base, or would they be worse in comparison?
If it's under
Probably worse.
Krakowski's
MREs are
reign,
pretty fucking dope.
probably better.
If it's under Krakowski's reign, it is under Krakowski.
It would probably be better.
so I'm gonna just be like, oh, so man, what's it like over
I
there?
love the eating. It's great.
I
love it.
Send help.
We're an ASMR channel now. It's great.
So what's
So-
it like?
Go on.
Russia is a very beautiful place. I probably wish to go back, but I don't think I'd be very welcomed.
Why? What happened?
Those details are not important to you yet.
You have not unlocked this interaction.
For the low price of $5.
You get your microtransactions out of here. I'll summon Eddie. I'll summon Eddie. He'll be after you.
True. It's like a bloodhound.
So, given the time that we have, I think you guys are going to continue your conversation. It's going to be nice. Adam, I think you're really bonding with the other characters here. But for Roy, that's for him to decide. And maybe the dude was wrong. It seems like you got some good friends so far.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck him and his confusing, convoluting backstory.
I have to reread that. Oh god, there's so much to do. Anyway, existential crisis over. We're gonna skip ahead. I think we're gonna blow through the rest of the tour just really quick, kind of give you a very general idea of what the rest of the buildings are like. Oni takes you past this whole area, and you see the hero faculty room. You see the school maintenance shed, the mathematics wing, and then you enter into another little small entertainment area, or rather an extension. It's a little ring up in the south east corner for anyone that's on the map right now. It's very similar to the courtyard as well. It has the cobble pebble area. There's a beautiful little tree in the center, and off to one side you see one of those amphitheater-styled movie theaters. It's currently shut off. It's being cleaned right now, but it looks like the school has movie nights. You see a student therapist office. You see a suit design and gadget design building. And you find the counseling center as well. In this area, a much larger building is the library. It's absolutely massive. It has a beautiful glass cover, and you just take a quick look inside, and it looks like what you would imagine the library alley. Like, it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You keep on going, and you see the security complex, and eventually, as you pass that, you end up in the sports district. You see the massive football stadium, the water sports building, the speed run track and long jump. You see a tennis court, basketball court, volleyball court. There's so much you can do. There's a rock climbing wall in a couple areas, and you see some of the older students, the upperclassmen, are already playing around with this, and you see some weird as hell peculiarities. And with that, Oni.
Yeah.
It's time that they get situated within their dorms and get their ID. So you're going to want to take them back to the courtyard.
Yep.
And they'll get their IDs from one of the staff members, and then it will tell them where their dorm room is. They can go and explore it, and then you can tell them to meet up back in your class. Or rather, you should tell them at some point you're going to be their homeroom teacher.
Yes. So as I'm leading them back, I'm probably leading them back through the through Washington Park again, just sort of as a way to dial things down. And as I'm walking through, I'm just going to explain the whole situation. Just be like, so when we get back to the courtroom, they should have by now have your student ID station set up where you can go grab your things. Your ID will act as your room key, things like that. And
my back. Go on.
and just letting them know, like, the dorm situation is going to be figured out pretty soon. Your stuff should already be delivered there. And one last thing. I am going to be leaving you guys for a bit, but I'll be coming by in about an hour or two to grab you guys to go over the school rules and stuff, and to situate how our class is going to go. And I just sort of let them know that.
Yep. So Oni begins to make it clear at this point that she's going to be one of your teachers. And with that, Oni, you take them to the courtyard area. You see the lines have and you guys begin to make your way over. You let them go, and Anthony. You see a slender, skinny old man with wrinkly skin. It's pale. He has long fingers, and he has gray hair. And he goes, "Hello there, little boy. Are you here for your ID?"
Oh dear. Yes, it's back.
Can I have your name?
Touchy's back.
Touchy's back. Touchy's back.
Should have died in that wormhole.
I was wondering.
He's immortal. He is inevitable. Anthony,
I can hear the music. Yeah.
would you like to give him your?
Anthony Howell.
He looks around and is like, "Oh, I found it. Here you go. It has your room number and floor. You can get going."
Thanks.
And you wait. Now then, Bell. Your name, son?
We're gonna have to sit through this.
Mason Bell.
He gives you your ID. He pats you on the back and lets you go.
Thank you.
You notice your back is a little wet.
Hi.
Darian.
Hi.
You get your ID. Way does well. Adam, Richter, Alex, Roy, all your respective NPCs, the rest of the class, you all get your ID. You don't have to go to the touch encounter. I only wanted to punish 2 of you. And
Wow, screw you.
don't worry, it wasn't personal. It was just malicious evil.
It was just personal.
No,
It
it
wasn't
was
personal.
personal.
It was just personal.
He was within touching distance. He couldn't
Exactly.
resist.
It's in the name.
Darren, roll me an awareness check.
Alright, one sec.
Technically, we all
I'll
were.
load up the app now.
Oh, no. Just Darren.
24.
You kind of notice, because when you're looking at some of the other cards, because you were trying to find your, You didn't really want to talk with this guy. You were looking at some of the freshman tags as well, and it looks like the floors were divided up with grades. The freshmen were on this level, the sophomores were on this, so on and so forth. And you notice your room is situated where the seniors are. And you also notice UA has the same room number as you. She just looks to you and shrugs her shoulders.
No, this is weird. Don't pass us off as something normal. Mr. Okay, I go over to
Do
this.
you look for a name tag? Do you look for a name tag?
Yeah.
It reads Mr. Touchy.
Really?
I love that that's how you react. Really?
Mr. Do you go by Touchy?
You can call me Sir Touch-a-Lots if you want.
It got worse. It got worse. Run, soldier. Run, soldier.
Run, Darian, run!
Yeah,
Run, the six go dark. Fucking book it.
This is a bad idea.
Call in the SWAT.
Sir Touch
So
a lot.
are you
We
going
need evac.
Are you gonna ask him a question, or are you gonna run?
No.
You're running?
Yeah.
Are you going to look for another teacher?
Shivers aren't going away.
Or a
Yeah.
staff member?
Yeah.
2319, we gotta go 2319.
Yeah, I'll go ask some random staff member.
Yeah, you see another person. But now that they've dialed down, he's kind of packing up his stuff and getting ready to go. Do you want to talk to them? Like I said, I want to torture you all a bit.
Yeah.
It's personal, it's just personal.
Alright, I'll go talk to him.
The popos. Dude,
I
that's
know.
so real.
I can hear him calling me a maggot.
So, Darian. Hello, maggot. No, we can't get into that. Darren, do you go up to this guy? What do you ask him?
Yeah. I'm not
Yeah, can I help you, kids?
Yeah, so I was looking in the first year's bit of, I guess, ID cards or whatever, and
Yeah, what's up?
yeah, mine wasn't in there. It was actually in the third year's bin, and I'm wondering what's up with that.
He takes a look at it and he says, "Well, it does read on here you're a freshman, but you are in your level." Huh. Well, sometimes parents can occasionally... Wait. He looks at it. He looks at the name, says, Mr. Marcus, is it?
Yeah.
Are you with this young woman?
Yeah.
Can I see your IDs, sweetheart? She hands it. He takes it.
The fear.
Okay. He gives them back to you. He says, yeah, no, nothing's level. Yeah, have a good day.
Yep.
Did you? Yeah.
Just head up to the senior level.
All right.
He looks around. Just head up to the senior
Wait. That's what you call a helicopter parent. I swear, if she literally did take a helicopter here.
You just see her airdrop in.
SWAT team.
Oh, yeah. So, with this information, are you gonna head to your room?
Yeah. Oh, this
Okay.
is great.
So, I'm gonna describe the dorms for everyone else. Our group, except Darren and UA, see their freshman dorm rooms, and they're actually pretty nice. You guys have a 2-bedroom place, a nice balcony with a kitchenette, a cozy little living room, and 1 bathroom. It's not too bad. You could get used to this. Pardonnez-moi. Let's see. Yes. I was checking to make sure I knew who was being partnered up with who. Now then. I'll describe Darian's room. Moving on to Darren and UA's room. you guys kind of go past all the freshmen, and you head up all the way to the senior area. As you're kind of walking, you see some of the upperclassmen being like, what are freshmen doing up here? And everyone's kind of looking at you, they're murmuring. But you find your room, you stick the card in, and everyone's kind of like, holy shit, how'd they get a room?
You know, I don't know the answer to that either.
They just look away and they're like, whatever, and just walk off. You guys enter in. Your room is fantastic. It's the senior area. As you go up through the years, the quality of your living spaces seem to improve, and this is really awesome. It's basically everything that the freshmen have, only bigger and better. Honestly, you should really thank UA's mother. She did this for you.
I'm more so worrying about the implications this might have.
What implications, Darian? There's nothing wrong. So
You have no power here.
So one thing, I'm gonna use pulse to see if there's anything up with this room.
What do you roll with pulse?
Usually pulse is a kind of passive thing, but I would if I'm specifically looking for something other than just some disturbance, then I'd be using awareness.
Yeah. So do tell me, what exactly are you?
Maybe the beeping.
Maybe what?
Maybe the beeping and movements inside electronic cameras. Wiretaps.
Darian, you gotta learn to trust UA's mother. She didn't do anything. Nothing like
Someone's real sus about her.
Well, anyways. Yeah.
Jesus. That's why it's so sus.
It's fine. It's fine. So, do you want to turn to UA? Do you want to ask her?
Yeah. So I close the door, and there's that letter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I pull it out and like, well, he did say.
You want to open it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is fun. So, yeah.
No.
You open it up. You sit down on the couch. And it reads, Darian Marcus, I need to be very quick about this. If I spend too long writing this, my wife will surely know I'm up to something. However, I fear she already does. It doesn't matter. If these are to be my final words, then I am proud that you and my daughter are the last people to hear them.
Wait, final words?
In any case, I write this letter to give you a warning and hopefully enlighten you to your situation. Darian, you have no idea what family you brought into, and I'm so sorry to you. I may not have gotten to know you for long, but you seem like a nice young man with a bright head on his shoulders. What you saw of my wife was not the full picture. Far from it. My wife is a very dangerous woman. I wasn't given the option to marry her, and neither she with I. But even in our forced time together, I've learned many dark truths. She's done terrible things to get what she desires, and I fear it's only going to get worse. You may be across the ocean, but that won't. She is watching. Will ever make. She always gets what she wants. You are always in check. Keep one eye open and never let your guard down. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. I truly hope to see you again when the summer. All I can ask of you is please look after my daughter, keep her safe, and keep her happy. Give her the life she deserves, the one I could never provide. I'll do my best to send you more letters, but I can't promise you'll receive any more. My fate may be on... And it just kind of cuts off. Like, he just kind of stopped writing it at that point.
Already on it, Mr. One.
Sincerely, Ho-Yu Lakila. Did you read this to UA?
I kind of just opened it and read it, so whether or not she tries to take a look is there.
Yeah. She doesn't really know what to think. So, I'll leave you in your moment of shock. We're going to go to Mr. Adam Price.
All right.
You're on the freshman level.
Cool.
You check in your card,
Mm-hmm.
and the door opens up. You walk in, you kind of unload any stuff, and then all of a sudden the door opens up, and you see Rikito is your dorm mate.
Be like,
Dude, we got the same room, man! And he kind of gives you like,
It's, really cool.
dude, this place is nice. Look at it.
Yeah.
He's like, it's better than the place back home. He kind of opens up the sliding door to the balcony and just takes a look outside. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, man. I feel like this will be a great place to veg out, you know.
Yeah.
So you said this is better than your old place?
Yeah, it's not too great.
Well,
Just kind of sits down in a chair. He kind of looks at the TV guide and all, just looking at all the channels.
yeah.
Do you want to say anything to him?
I'll be like, so, I forgot to ask, but what's your peculiarity, man?
Oh, that. Yeah, mine is a spring-loaded body.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, no, you heard me. Spring-loaded. Gavin, would you like to describe his power just in case I don't have the right idea?
Why, yes, spring
God.
body. I can tell you right here, right now. When he winds up any appendage of his arm, he builds up power and force. And the longer he winds it, the stronger and faster and harder it hits. But it does have a lasting toll on his body. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you. Perfect. So, he basically describes that to you, just maybe a little less psychotic. Is there anything else you want to do before we transfer over to one of our other students?
I'm going to just start setting up my training gear in like a corner of the room that's quite open.
He kind of walks over to you and says, "Hey, when you're not using it, mine."
Oh yeah, it's pretty sturdy stuff here. Actually, you can use it whenever the hell you want.
Thanks, man. Gives you a pat on the back. It's strong. Kind of stings.
Be like, yeah. So what was life back home like?
He kind of sits down, and he'll go into detail as we transition to someone else. Ooh. Mr. Anthony Howell.
Oh, me. Fun.
Yes, you. You walk in, you put your card into the door, you open up, and you see you have the same room as most. There's another guy in here. He's already situated. He seems to just kind of be looking through his books. He's placing his bags here and there. He kind of glances up at you, and then he just looks back at his stuff. He doesn't address you.
Alright.
Do you address him?
I just say sup.
He just looks to you and just goes, "Hello."
Who the hell are you?
Well, places his stuff down, almost like he was a little irritated. And he's like, "My name is Craig Owens, and you are?"
Howell. Anthony Howell.
He holds out a hand for you to shake.
I'll shake it.
So, it's your peculiarity, if you don't mind me asking.
You first.
Okay.
Know
So,
about my notebook.
basically, I need someone a ghost to kind of do my bidding, in a sense, called Starlight. Only people with psychic abilities can really see them, and, of course, me. So, it's almost like I kind of have backup all the time with me. That's what I'll tell you. You can kind of tell he's leaving out quite a few details, but it's the basic idea.
Alright.
Is that all?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Are you just going to carrying on you? Oh yeah, you have your shadow case. Do you want to open those up?
Yeah, I'm just gonna open up. It's literally just my punching bag and weight, so I'm just gonna set them up in a corner.
He says, I just have one request. Please don't be banging the hell out of that punching bag when trying to sleep.
Hope you're a sound sleeper.
He just kind of looks to you. He rolls his eyes. He goes back to his books.
I just glare at him.
It's some tension, boy.
That's such an intense meeting.
I know Craig Owen's personality. TJ was going to play him, but since our sad little boy's got to go do something, I'm the one-man show again.
Jesus.
So, Belle, we're going to transfer over to you.
All right.
You walk into your room. It's similar. It's nice. It's very quaint, very cleaned up and tidy. You drop off some of your stuff, and then you see the door slowly opens up, and then it kind of begins to shut, and then you hear, oh, crap. Yes! The door opens up, and Stella Cosma just kind of rolls in like, are you my roommate?
Yeah. What's up, man?
Nothing much. The door was just a little heavy.
Heavy. It felt pretty light to me.
Well, I didn't get good sleep. You know how it is. He goes like.
I mean, a better excuse would have been we just had that exam, but okay.
Oh crap! I'm sorry. He walks up to me. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I wouldn't expect you to remember me. I'm Stella Cosma." He holds out a hand.
I'll hold out I'll fist bump him.
Yeah, cool dudes. Woo. He just kind of does like the little. He does like the Baymax, like blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, like
right,
with the
we'll work
fingers.
on that.
Oh, cool. So he just kind of. Yeah, he just kind of walks around. He puts down a couple of his stuff, and he says, "If you don't mind me asking, what's your peculiarity?"
Oh, mine?
Yes.
Mine
If it's
just,
not prying.
Oh, it's fine. I can boost my physical attributes like speed, strength, up to at least 100%. But after I use it, I get kind of tired, so I gotta wait a bit.
Oh, it sounds like such a cool power. It was so useful for being a hero. Mine's pretty lame.
What is it?
Oh, fine. Nuggets. All right. Just kind of. So, my peculiarity is called friendship. Basically, don't mock.
This is just so
It's so what?
It's just amazing.
It's slavery.
So
I get the ref. Nice. So, he just kind of looks to you. He's like, so my peculiarity is friendship. Basically, if I place my hand on anyone and I focus really hard, I can make them believe they're my best friend for like an hour, unless they break it. My power has a lot of potential, the doctor said. They didn't tell me what kind of potential, but they said it has potential. So, yeah, that's what I can do.
Sounds really cool, actually.
What?
He
He just kind of gasped.
All you have to do is get behind a perpetrator or something, put your hand on their shoulder, and you get them to stop.
Oh, wow. No one's ever been that friendly to me before, especially about my power. Thank
Hey,
you.
man, you just gotta work on it. That's what we're here to do, right?
Yeah. Sorry, that was loud.
That's fine. Soon the walls are probably gonna be thick. You don't know what people's powers are.
Hear a distant explosion. Building's fun. So many weird peculiarities here.
Hey, man, just focus on getting stronger. That's all you gotta do. I mean, it worked well enough to pass the exam, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess that was more on our applications. But you know what? I'm going to take it with stride. You've been really kind to me, Mr. Mason. Thank you.
Just call me Bell.
Thank you, Bell.
All right. Well, did they tell us what we had to do after? Because I might catch some.
I think they said we're just kind of like setting stuff up, and then Miss Oni's gonna come and take us back to the class.
Well, it's all the same to you. I'm just gonna take a little nap real quick. Kind of tired.
Of course.
So this Noctis guy, I think he kicked me through a building. If I remember. Yeah, he kicked me through a building. It wasn't the worst I've ever taken, but damn.
Flex, but okay.
Damn. You're a distant Noctis. I didn't mean to kick him that hard.
It wasn't that hard.
Thank
Next to the
you.
counseling room, he's just in tears. I didn't mean to kick the
This is a
kid.
therapist area.
Therapists have a rough time as well. Don't.
Yeah, my back are still a little bit stiff.
He was about to stub his toe and he went through the side of a building.
Well, you're gonna go lay down, get a little bit of rest before class, and Stelly's gonna be like, "Yeah, you go rest. I'll just organize my stuff." Oh wow, did I make a friend? Like an actual one? That's never happened before.
He's so pure. He's so pure.
Deco,
He's such a happy
heart out.
nugget. He's so happy. Love him.
He's one of my favorite creations.
He's the
So-
best boy.
Roy, we're gonna go over to you, buddy. Surprise, surprise! You go into your room. You wait a while. You don't have a roommate. It looks like no one's come in. Either they're hanging out with some friends in other dorms, or they just haven't shown up yet. But for the sake of how long you be in here, it looks like you almost have this dorm to yourself.
Terrific.
So what do you exactly do?
I'm most likely gonna plump on the bed, unchain the big book of Oogity Boogity, and just start reading up.
Alrighty, I want you to roll me an intellect check. How much?
18.
Okay, you're going to process a lot of good information, and I can probably deal with that after the game about what you would really get. Because there's a bunch of stuff you could get. So, is there anything else you'd like to do, or are you just reading?
I'm just gonna keep reading.
Okay. Alex Albright. You go to your room. You open up the door, and you see a young, frail woman. She has a blonde ponytail, rimmed glasses. She looks at you and says, "Oh, hi, I'm Claire."
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Alex.
Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna like extend my hand forwards for the most awkward handshake ever.
Is it incredibly stiff? She just kind of says, yeah. She grabs and just kind of shakes it. She helps you lower your arm. She says, "You seem really tense. Are you okay?"
Yeah. I'm fine.
Okay. So, and she kind of plops down the bed, kind of kicks her legs. What brings you to...
Coming here, like everyone else.
Well, you'd assume. There's like a massive pit of awkward silence. It's just like festering. And she's just kind of like, well, what's your peculiarity? Just trying to find a conversation topic.
It's Albatar that allows me to infuse my limbs with elemental abilities to increase punching power.
That's really cool, actually. What elements can you harness?
Fire, water, air, and rock.
Oh, that's really cool. My peculiarity is a little more, I guess, unstable. I have matter distortion. Basically, I can grab anything that constitutes as matter. Well, lack of a better term, mess around with it. So I guess it can become really, really powerful. Out of control. Just kind of smiles and says, well, thanks. Is there anything else you would like to do, Alex Albright Miklevsky? That's her name now. Yes. Yes! Describe to me! Yeah. Mm-hmm. Love it. Aw. No, that was your house. Yep. You can tell Claire is looking over and she's kind of smiling, but she doesn't say anything. And she's just kind of messing around with her. She is also looking at all the TV channels and stuff. She opens it up and it's like, oh snap, we got Netflix and Hulu.
What about Disney Plus? What about
She
Disney
looks
Plus,
around.
John?
No! Only the seniors get Disney Plus! Why?
We got John
Drops
Flicks and
to her
John Will?
knees. She's
Maybe not at my place.
using her powers. Why would a god allow something so
John
cruel?
Licks and John Lee.
Johnny Plus.
John Flex.
Disney Plus.
John Flicks took over John Buster.
John Swift here with a brand new John.
God, no!
John tape.
I was just gonna make the joke. Damn it, Mason.
With the might of Zeus.
With the might of Zeus.
So, Alex, if that's all you're gonna do, I'm gonna switch over to our boy Richter. Alright, Richter, you enter into your room and you see a man standing at the balcony. His clothes are blowing in the wind. His hair. He looks to you and says, "Ah, you are the mysterious one." He walks up to you. Says, "It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Stephen Smith." And he pulls out a sanitizing wipe, sanitizes his hand, dries it off, and then extends it.
Steven ain't catching no coronas.
He's not catching the coronas.
Pleasure. Richter.
Yes. Quite. So, he says, shutting the door behind you, what brings you to Washington?
Frankly, I'm not sure. Questions that just need answers.
What sort of questions?
Frankly, I'm not even sure what they are.
How peculiar. Pun not necessarily intended.
Of course.
Do tell me, what are your powers, enhanced abilities, strengths, skills? Tell me.
You seem awfully analytical for the past 5 minutes.
I like to be prepared.
It's a dangerous thing to let everything go.
To each their own.
Fair enough. And then I'll really quickly summon the sword to my side.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, yes, quite remarkable. So, you have weapon manifestation of some kind,
It would seem.
or is it only this blade?
So far, it's just been this blade. I think there's something about it. I'm not sure.
I'm going to have Steven roll something.
Get in there, Steven. Get in there.
He notices something out of the corner of his eye. Something purple and glowing in the hilt. He looks to it and says, My, what an odd little device. He pulls out a pencil and he begins to poke it, and it sparks a little bit.
If he goes to poke for it, I'll make
yes.
it dissipate. Get rid of
He's about to poke it and ah!
That will come in time.
I see. He kind of twirls his pencil in his fingers like for an absurd amount of time, and he just plops it back in his pocket. Yes. Well, I may have arguably a strong power, but I rely on my knowledge more. I'm sorry, you were saying?
Just asking what exactly you have.
Well, biologically, my power is called reverse. My strength, if I were to throw a punch, would feel like you were being slapped with a butterfly's wing. However, if I were to tap you, it would feel like you're getting hit with a freight train. However, since my hormones and strength are all messed up, I'm more prone to anger and outbursts, which naturally makes me want to throw a punch. So, it's a balance, nature's way of keeping it, I suppose. We knew if I had full control, I would be a god among men. But that's for a later date.
I doubt that.
I heard that, Mr. Marcus.
Hashtag that's so Steven.
Oh,
Hashtag that's so Steven. Hashtag that's so Steven. Can we get 5 likes on this YouTube video?
That's so Steven. Alright.
So, Richard, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Like, I have a feeling that we're gonna get along eventually. Just be sure you try and mind yourself if I'm doing something and ask for a little privacy.
I can't help but ask for the same, comrade. He looks to you and he smiles. I see the start of a beautiful friendship. Walk with me. And he puts an arm to the balcony. Just look out at the beautiful ocean and forest. You were going to say something, Richter?
You said you were a bit of a brainiac then, yes?
Well, yes.
What do you know of?
Oh, I know many things. Things that, much like your sword, will be explored with time. If you want, I could help teach you. I'm always looking for a new apprentice.
I'm not sure if I'm looking for an apprenticeship. I don't even know what I'm capable of.
Allow me to help you.
I'll take you up on it.
Wonderful. And he just looks out to the great beyond, and he gives a sigh of relief.
Just keep in mind, if one thing goes wrong, I don't like it that much. The sword will get a lot more personal with you.
Looks to you. Fair enough, Richter. And we got to
Of all things, I imagine he might be curious about the fact that I have no bags.
Yeah, I think he noticed that, but I don't know if he's going to say anything.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
he
noticed
a lot of stuff. I feel like he studied like anatomy in the seconds you were in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just no, a later date. Oh my god, Mason, the nerd gif. That's great.
Dodge! Just punch you.
But I'm only 4.
But I'm only 4 dogs.
Now, to wrap things up, you all get a knock on the door at some point, and it opens up, and you see Miss Oni. She's kind of standing in front of it. She has a package for each person within. Roy, you only received 1 package, so by the looks of it, you got a room all to yourself.
Pog.
That is actual pog.
My roommates
God,
would be
I'd
jealous.
love that. That's how you get me to go to college with a dorm if I get one to myself.
No, you gotta love the experience of having another person.
Never! So you all get a box. She says, in here, it's going to be your school uniforms. Put these on, and around, she inserts a time. She tells you all of the time. That will be the first day of class. You'll all come, sit down orderly. It's assigned seating. I have tags, and we'll begin our first day. You may rest. The rest of the day is yours. And so, you all get this information. You all eventually, you're all doing your own. Just a quick idea. Adam, what's a quick summary of what he would be doing for the rest of the night before school?
Probably be training, just doing average training stuff and asking Rikito questions and stuff like that.
Mm.
The real question is, what would Rikito be doing?
Rikito would maybe be taking shifts with you. Like, you'd be punching the bag, he'd be sitting down, maybe you'd be asking questions, or he'd be telling you stuff, and that's just kind of flipping back and forth.
It was like Hans and Franz. Oh my God.
I love it.
Come, Adam, come lift the weight. Yeah.
Don't do this to me.
We must become muscular for the next.
It's like let us lift things, pick them up and put them down.
We are going to do many of the squats, and then we are going to do jumping jacks.
Yeah.
This was a mistake, and I'm so happy. So, that's what Adam and Rikito were doing. Anthony, what are you doing? Quick summary of what Mr. Howell is up to.
Well, since right now I can't use my powers, I'm probably gonna attempt to just work with my weight, do weight training, and then punching stuff, training with the punching bag and lifting weights.
You don't want to strain your muscles or hurt yourself. As you keep going, eventually, Craig seems to just be reading up on books in his bed. He has a little bit of TV on in the background just for a little bit of ambiance, but he just seems to be in his own world as you're training.
Good.
Belle, what are you up to?
Me? Well, I probably just got done resting, so I think I might go on a quick run. Just run around.
Alrighty. You can go through Washington Park. You can have a great run. Yeah, I'd honestly say no one's really going to stop you, but you have plenty of time before that. Yeah, you have a great run. Stelly is, oh, poor Stelly. He's just kind of sitting around. He doesn't really know what to do. He thinks about joining you, but he's like, I don't really know if I could keep up. He just
such a nugget. He's a nugget.
He's just kind of walking around, just trying. He says, "You know what? Food is a good impression on people. Maybe I can make Belle something." And he's a little short, so he has to pull one of the kitchen chairs over to get on top of the island.
He's amazing.
he waddles up and he's like,
Cole's in love with him.
I think he's honestly.
He's honestly what?
Stephen Smith. He's so good. I
Him
love
and Steven
everything about
are
him.
the MVPs of the class.
I love him so
I can
much.
vouch for that.
He's so lovable.
He just kind of looks around in the fridge. He's like, "All right, I can make this work, maybe." And we'll cut away. Roy, what exactly are you doing in your free time? Are you still reading the book?
Yep.
What's up? Already, you're gaining even more knowledge from it. You can roll me a d20, and you can tell me the number you get. Intellect.
17.
You process even more information. You're getting a lot of good info out of this book.
Brain expander.
Darren and Yue, what are you two up to?
Yeah, I guess Darren will be introducing himself to the floor, dragging Yue along with him.
Oh, introducing himself to who?
The rest of the floor, everyone on his floor.
The seniors?
Yeah.
All right. Some of them are... You know what? Time to use a percentile dice.
Oh, right.
Fine.
Fancy.
Alrighty. Wonderful. 94. So, most of the places are actually quite nice. Some people are a little confused as to why. But hey, they seem really nice. They introduce themselves. They offer you guys in every now and again for like pizza, wings, video games, or whatever. Some are having study sessions. Like some of them are like really good people. They're really nice, and you'd expect that from a hero school. But then you find some of the other people where it's kind of like that anti-freshman mentality and all that stuff. Every school has them, and you stumble across a frat party with one of them. Like, you go up and you see lights flashing under the doorway. And it's like, oh, dear. You knock on the door. Some drunk guy comes in. He's like, what do you want?
Sup?
Hey, you here for the party?
I'm just gonna go in out of curiosity. So you don't follow me.
Yue does not want to go. She's taken like a foot back. Are you still gonna go in?
Yeah. I'll just let you like, I don't know, set up the room for us or whatever. And
Okay.
I'll leave most of the. I'll leave whatever the layout I'll leave the layout for you.
She just kind of nods and she heads back to the room. You, however, enter inside and shit show. It's absolutely terrible. You got some kids just jumping around, just drinking the alcohol and all that bad stuff. Some people are using their peculiarities, and it's one.
Dude, using peculiarities for party tricks is probably like the coolest thing.
Yeah. So that's kind of what you're up to. Eventually, you'll make your way back. Did you do anything? Did you drink?
For some reason, he feels like he's had some alcohol before. So he's experienced enough to know when he's up.
Yeah. So you do drink?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Chug, 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 chug,
Yeah,
chug,
you
chug,
get
chug, chug.
No peer pressure.
Peer pressure me.
Who's got that?
Peer
Chug,
pressure,
chug,
pressure,
chug.
peer pressure.
You're sipping it like a glass of like fine wine while back to school party.
Woo!
There's one person that just rams another kid in. But the walls are designed to take peculiar. Fine. He just like breaks something. Eventually you make your way back. Are you a little tipsy or are you fine?
I'm pretty tipsy.
Oh god. He was just gonna look to you and she's gonna be like, what the hell happened to you? And she's gonna lead you to the couch.
I'm a bit flushed. Oh, it's God.
The lights.
The lights.
I've made some good friends.
I think you're drunk, Darian.
Yeah, just probably I'm gonna sleep. Yeah.
Oh god. She takes you inside and she just like flops you onto the bed.
Oh, wait a sec. I rushed to the bathroom.
What do you do? Describe to me.
Wow.
I yacked.
Yep.
Wow, if he actually does that, damn, he is lightweight. My God.
Of course, Anthony would know.
Of course.
But yeah, I clean up
No
after
judgment.
myself,
I played with that.
and then I get, I don't know, washed up.
Yeah, you
Slap
wash
my face
yourself
a few
up with that.
times.
You eventually make your way. So while Darian was having the night of his for like a good moment, we'll move on. UA is very disapproving. Alex Albright, what are you up to? Yes, mother.
I hate you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. There's a vending machine like in the hallway, so like you can stop easy. Yeah, man. Claire is watching something on Netflix. Let's up there. Netflix original.
Stranger Things.
Jonger Things! Jonger Things! There it is. All right. So she's watching Jonger Things. It's this kid named John. The episode starts off John in the basement in the 80s. He's doing this weird superhero game with some friends and all that.
In the
It's
town
strange.
of Johnville.
God, that's so meta. All right.
Meta, yeah.
Oh,
That
God.
is.
That's too meta.
That's beautiful. So, if that's all you're going to be doing, Miss Alex, kind of playing around in your notebook, and John Quendo Quitch, whatever it was.
John Tendo Quitch.
Oh, God. Richter, what are you up to for the rest of the night?
I got a list of stuff. I'm not sure if I can go.
Yeah,
So-
sure. You tell me what's up.
First, I would like to see the nurse if I can.
Okay, sure. You can make your way over there. It'll 20-minute walk, but eventually make it.
Sure. I'm just gonna start inquiring about like what might cause for headaches in certain and see if I can figure out why I got a headache. If it's
So-
related to anything.
Sure. Paragon is there to greet you with the nurse's assistant, which I will describe her in a moment.
Sure.
And Renew, you see that he is currently slithered to get the last bit of sun before it sets. So right now he's kind of in the process of being photosynthetic. The young nurse's assistant, who seems to be... you notice that she has a giant needle for a hand. And it's filled with some strange liquid.
Sure.
But yeah, she's just kind of messing around. And she just looks at you and says, Mr. Paragon, we someone in need. Hang on, sweetie, 1 second. And she walks over, goes, grabs him, he says, hey, kiddo, what can I do for you?
Well, I just had some. Actually, wrong as far as I know, but I was wondering what might cause like violent headaches.
Well, it could be a multitude of things. Could be dehydration. It could be stress. It could be emotional problems. I mean, have you been drinking a lot of water?
I try to.
All right, so it's probably not dehydration. Then it could be related to stress. I mean,
Could
Cool.
it be relative to seeing something? Could there be a trigger?
what do you mean exactly?
Like if I were to see,
Oh, you cut out 1 moment.
if I were to see like a landmark or something, some sort of a building, maybe a person, anything like that, could that trigger an episode?
Well, it could certainly trigger an episode, but I don't know if... Here, why don't we just cut to the chase and make this a little bit simpler?
Sure.
Did something happen? Did you see something that perhaps sent you into a panic attack, or what happened?
I don't know. The exam happened in the dome,
Of course.
and when Grimgor came out, naturally, people do get stressed when that is running too, but
Yes, that would have been my first go-to. Lovely man. Absolutely horrified. Go on.
but it wasn't out of fear. I wasn't afraid of him. I actually felt familiar.
Form of deja vu.
Possibly. I don't know, but I saw him, I got that quick feeling, and then I just had a searing headache. I don't know why.
He kind of gestures for you to pump a
Sure.
next to him. He just kind of looks to you and says, with this one instance, I don't know if I can properly diagnose what you could have. It could be a multitude of reasons. How about this?
Sure.
If this happens again, I want you to come to me immediately, tell me everything that happened, and I want you to keep doing this if this keeps happening. And we'll pull together a whole list of events. I'll open up a whole file on you, and we can get to the bottom of this. I'll open up one right now when you head off to your dorms. And I'll
Perfect.
write down all the information you tell me, and try and help you. If you want my advice, it's probably just stress of a new environment, but it very well could be something else.
Okay. Good. I just wanted to be sure of the possibilities. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I hope that helped.
More than you know. Thank you.
All right, you get some rest. Curfew is going to be happening.
Oh, curfew soon.
Doesn't mean you have to go to bed. Just the building past, I believe,
just
it's
don't be out there.
9:30.
Oh, it's just out of the building. It's not.
Yeah, don't leave the dorm building unless
Perfect.
you have like a pass or whatever.
Okay.
They're not gonna go room to room to make sure you're sleeping. Just
Alright,
stay
that's
in the
fine.
building.
The next step of business would be to find like a library available.
Yes, there is a
Newspapers.
really big library.
I want to know what is going on in the world.
Alrighty.
General ideals.
So, you make your way over to there. Takes another 20 minutes or so.
Sure.
You enter inside, and allow me to describe actually what the library interior looks like as we begin to wrap up the game. Here it is. This place is massive. You enter inside, and it looks like you've just walked into the... Like I stated before. The architecture is gorgeous. Hundreds of thousands of books, computers, and in the center stands a massive stone statue of Mr. Super with a small pool of water around him, very similar to the one outside. It looks like it has a bunch of pennies that have been dropped into it. The fountain is being fed by what look to be decorative waterfalls that are in the corners, like little stream waterfalls that kind of feed into this. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. It's very enchanting. Hey, Cole, Mr. Richter.
Yep.
Roll me an awareness check.
Alright, that's right. That would
What'd
be
you get?
a
A 23?
yes.
Roll me an intellect check.
Ew. Okay. We're actually
Okay.
getting somewhere. 19.
19.
Yep.
Roll me a willpower check.
We're getting somewhere. 23.
Holy mixture.
We got somewhere. This never happens.
You're looking around at the architecture, almost the old style that it invokes, and all of a sudden, your head begins to pound a little bit, and you hear... How do I describe this? You hear almost a distant, echoey voice, almost like a memory has come back to you of a voice. It doesn't sound like it's even saying anything that interesting, just... Richter, come take a look at this. And it just fades. And for some reason, you get the image of... It's not an out-of-body experience, like almost like you're in the moment. You get the blurry image of an older gentleman in heavy robes. You can't make out details, you can't make out that much, but it's familiar.
So as that image passes, Richter just like collapses heavily breathing. Just trying to figure out what just happened.
The librarian sees this and he... Oh, good God. Young man, are you okay?
I'll put a hand on Bigot. I'll be alright. I'll be okay. I'll get back up and I'll continue trying to figure out what's going on in the world.
Yeah. He says, do you need me to take you to the nurse's office?
No, it's quite alright.
And he says, well, you're here at the library for a reason.
Yes, just trying to do a project on current events.
Current events? Well, a little early for the teachers, but what do I know? I'm just a librarian after all. He kind of winks. And he floats over. He actually levitates himself a little bit and he kind of to a section. And do you want to follow him?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay. You begin to make your way over. He kind of like uses his and just pull books forward just to take a look at their covers, titles a little bit, and then he pushes them back. It's almost like a form of telekinesis, though you can tell there's something a little bit different with it.
Sure.
You can ask him about his powers if you want. You can leave it blank. It's fine. It's open heart.
I'll leave it be.
Okay. He looks around. He says, here we go. And he he brings a book towards himself. He takes a look at it really quick, and then he floats it over to you. The title says, Classic Abnormal Society.
Yep.
And the librarian walks up to you and says, this book will talk to you all about, maybe not so much recent events, like in the now, but late 80s, 90s.
Sure.
If you'd like even more modern books, we have one on modern society, and he floats it over to you.
Sure.
And he looks through a few more books, and he says, we have one on how heroes function. We have knowledge on villains and criminals. We have a whole library. Do you think this will be enough for you, or would you like anything else?
I'll take one more book if you have it. Anything about strange objects that might have been found?
You might be looking for archaeology, perhaps?
Sure, we'll start there.
And this whole process goes on. He finds you a few books of ancient ruins, ancient civilizations, facts, and stuff like that. Eventually, you end up leaving with like a pile of books.
That is A-okay.
He checks them all out, and he says their due date will be in a month, though I extend it considering how many you have.
It's very generous of you. Thank you.
I'm just amazed that someone's actually checking out books again. Most just get it on the computer.
I'm sure I'll be here more often than most.
I look forward to it. You should get going. The curfew will be enacting about half an hour.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you make your way back. Is there anything else you'd like to do before we wrap up?
Final pit stop.
Sure.
I know this has been a drag because I...
No, that's fine. I'm entertained.
Do we know where like everyone else is wise?
Oh, you cut out. What?
Where everyone is rooms wise?
Roughly.
Alright, so I want to check on two people. One, I want to check in on Cara. I want to see how she's doing.
Sure.
Settling it.
And you check up on her. She seems to be doing fine. She seems right. She's up in a new weird environment.
Alright. Sounds good. Like, if you need anything, my room is right down there, and then I'll just let her know where it is, just in case.
She gives a warm smile, and she lets you go.
Alright. And then, second pit stop. And this is gonna get weird.
Okay.
Would I know where Darian and UA are Would that
Colin,
be
you may unmute your mic. Oh, is he still here? Oh, there he is.
Maybe you can roll an awareness for that. I did make quite a ruckus
Yeah.
back there.
Sure.
Yeah, so maybe you might have noticed. I mean, also if you were before me, you might have noticed my ID, the other bin. I don't know. Just roll awareness.
So that would be a 24.
A 24. All right, so then you probably know where he is.
I'll swing up.
All right, you swing up, you knock on the door.
Give it a knock.
Darren, do you make UA get it?
I think I'm past.
I figured she would have to get it.
Yeah. I don't know if you're still conscious. She goes up to the door. She opens. Oh, Is it Richter?
Yes. Just wanted to get acquainted, get to know everyone that's around. Yeah. Hey, Richter, pleasure to meet you. And I'll go.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake.
She introduces herself and she says, "I'm sure Darren would like to formally meet you, but he's kind of camera cuts over to him." Sleeping. You snore when you're drunk.
That's all right. I actually wanted to you and see how you were doing.
I'm quite fine.
I couldn't help but notice you seemed uncomfortable at certain times.
It's just the way I am, I guess.
All right, sure. Definitely, just from what I've seen, even though it's not much, seems you look out for. That could be a lot on a person at times.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to check in and extend resources, I suppose. The way
She thanks you. She thinks that's really sweet.
Yeah.
And if there's nothing else you'd like to tell her about?
Yeah, that's and then just if you need me, I'll be down in give room location here.
Yeah, sure.
As he's leaving,
My new roommate.
as he's leaving, I don't know. I like get up. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I look like I'm in a daze.
Yeah.
And then I see someone's figure out there. I'm like, who's this dude?
Yeah. Darian, why don't you head back to bed? And she just quickly shut. Richter. She doesn't want you to know he's drunk or wasted, rather.
Get some rest. It's not easy sleeping that off, and I'll go down.
For some reason, you know what it's like. You can't put your finger on it, but you feel like you know the feeling.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Did you stream the party?
Did he stream the party?
You know what? Maybe in his drunken self, he might have.
Drunk stream.
Also, a thing I forgot to mention. He's had his headphones the entire day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Leave them bitches off.
Well, no, he's had his remedy headphones on the day, and he's not said anything about it, but it was kind of just odd because he wasn't listening to anything. They were just on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
So
fun.
yeah.
Got black
Anyways,
headphones.
yeah, maybe in next session I'm gonna have to roll to see if I remember that thing
Yes.
or help out the hangovers.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, and back to the room with all my books.
With all your books, you're gonna sit down.
I'm gonna
you're gonna
try
read
and
your
read
books?
what I can, and then if Steven wants to, he can read through books as well, knowing that he is a
would
brainiac.
love to.
If you'd like to assist me in whatever.
If this was a video game, his happiness towards you. And with this, we're gonna pan out as Richter is reading, the last person we checked up, and we're going to end episode 2 there.